Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report, and we are live. Coming up here on today's show, Jeremy Chuggs and I, we're going to be looking at the latest Raiders rumors. We're going to talk about how the Saquon Barkley deal will impact Josh. And I'm going to be real with y'all. The biggest loser today, his name is Josh Jacobs. I'm going to tell you why. I got an updated 53-man roster projection since the Silver and Black signed 2 players yesterday, one of them being Marcus Peters. Throw some 24s down in the comments to show our guy some love. And then if you ever have a comment, a question, all you got to do is use hashtag Raiders or Super Chat. And then since the Madden simulations have been hitting, we're doing a Raiders-Giants Week 9 simulation. I don't know about you, but I am ready to get it going. And I freaking knew it. Patrick B. Bang! I literally looked at Chuggs and I go, this guy's going to do it. And here we are. He's getting the show kicked off the right way. Start spamming Patrick B right now. Welcome in my co-host, Jeremy Chuggs.
Woo!
I got my lemon lime ready to go. Shout out to Patrick B. Happy Dads in the house. You ready? Give some shout outs to Patrick B. This will be my only drink today.
Everybody
so you know.
Spam Patrick B. The Trail, Brian Dar, JJ fan, Dark OG, spamming Let's Go Ponies. That's weird. Queen Sarah Auto, Zalesbo, Asurium, Sucker-Free Raider, all spamming Mount Raidermore member Patrick B. Raider Muerte. Let's freaking go!
That will be my only drinks consumed. I was on another level last night after the Marcus Peters news.
Oh, yeah?
I'm telling you, I was hurting. Alex, a little bit in the doghouse, and luckily Chuck was there with me, though. So, but
nice.
Hey, it's all good. We got 400 people tuned in, only 97 likes. The math isn't math in there. But I do have a question right now, and this is the main topic of discussion on today's show. And if you haven't already, the live poll at the very, very top is the exact same thing. Who has more leverage right now? Do you think it's the Las Vegas Raiders? If that's your answer, I want you to type R. If you think it's Josh Jacobs, I want you to type JJ. Ooh. And I am going to give you my answer coming up here a little bit later on today's live show. Where do you stand on this?
Oh, I mean, more leverage for me, it would be the Raiders, right? Like, they're the ones who, they have other running backs. There's more running backs in free agency. They even brought one in that we're going to be talking about today for a workout. So, obviously, Josh Jacobs makes the Raiders a better team.
Yep.
But the Raiders are the team that can give Josh Jacobs the best deal, the best contract right now out of everybody in the NFL. I don't think any other team is knocking on Jacobs' doorstep trying to give him more than what the Raiders are going to offer. So for that reason and that reason alone, it's got to be the Raiders.
Yeah, I will give my answer. I can make the argument for both sides. However, I'm going to make the argument for one specific side today.
Also, people are asking, Jeremy, what jersey do you have on? I got my Wild One 14 jersey on today. If he's in the chat, do not tell him that I have his jersey on. Just don't do it, because if he sends in 100, I have to do beer boot, and nobody wants to see that.
See, I don't think Wild One would do it, though, either. Wild One, he's never done a Wild 114 production.
No.
I don't think I've ever seen it. Super Chat, we're rolling in here from Raider Muerte, and he's typing his R for more leverage around the Raiders. And the Raiders definitely have some leverage. They also have McDaniels and Ziegler, who don't typically pay running backs. And I do think Jacobs has to look at himself in the mirror a little bit here and say the fact that Saquon Barkley showed up today and the fact that a lot of other running backs showed up today, he's kind of now the odd man out, right? Like, he's sitting at the peanut-free allergy table, and he doesn't have a peanut allergy. Like, he's just sitting there by himself. Zay, first-time Super Chat.
Let's go.
Let's freaking
know
get
what?
this thing going, Zay.
I'll grab a little drink ski.
Yeah, you can.
Scheffler said, is Chugs drinking today? And my answer to that, Scheffler, is I can be persuaded.
We can always be persuaded, but in terms for me, I'm not consuming anymore today. Yesterday was a wild, wild day. I woke up this morning and, well, I know I'm really hungover when I got to do Panda Sups at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning. I wake up like, SpongeBob, water, I need water. You can go to the next one, Chugs. Today I woke up at 4, and then I woke up again at like 7:50, which is really late for me because usually I get up at like 5:30 to take out Chuck. Yeah, that was not happening today. You guys kicked my ass last night. There's no doubt about it. All right, here's the next question. How many cornerbacks will make the Raiders' 53-man roster? With the new addition of Peters, like, you're going to have Peters is going to make this team. Duke Shelley, I believe, ends up making it. Jacorian Bennett is going to end up making it. Nate Hobbs is going to make it. But does David Long Jr., does Sam Webb, does Amik Robertson, does Tyler Hall? This cornerback room is really starting to develop. And if they go out and they also sign Troy Hill, who was in Las Vegas yesterday, had a visit with Peters, and remember, those guys used to be teammates. So I do think that there's that chemistry. There is that a little bit of, can I get one of your old teammates, persuade them to sign you as well? It's going to be interesting. It'll be interesting, no doubt about it. Ooh. Raiders win, says 6. Ken's going to go with 7.
This one's for Zay.
That one's for Zay. Maddie says 3. They're going to keep more than 3. I can promise you that. I would
That'd
say
be wild.
The lucky number that you're looking for the Raiders corners, I believe, is anywhere between 5 to 7. That's where they're going to be. If I was a betting man, I would say that the over-under for Raiders corners is 6.5. That's where I would put the over-under. But you guys will find out how many corners I think end up making this roster coming up here. And I'd say for those of you watching live, and everyone's watching live right now, yeah, I would say an hour. It's probably around that, maybe 45 minutes or so. What up, Chef? No drinking, and I wanted to bang today.
You know what, Chef? If you want to bang, I'll bang with you. I'll bang with you, John. If you send in a $100 super chat, I'll go ahead and do a beer bong.
I'll no doubt bang. There's if you guys want to bang at any point, we can bang.
Oh yeah.
So John, Chugs is doing beer bong.
I'll do a beer bong if you send in 100, John. I got you.
All right, we got him. What up, Latoya? Appreciate the super. Appreciate you supporting the show. Mario says do a boot instead. Hey, rules are rules, man.
The rule stands. Wild one comes in. Like I said, nobody tell him that I'm wearing his jersey. Number 1. 2, we get to $1,000 in super chats, I'll do another boot.
There you go. 2 boots potentially on the table for Mr. Senior Chugs. Who you got today? Raiders, Giants. Type those LVs or NYG. Anytime we do a live show and we feature another team, we do get the fan bases to rally. Yeah. And recently, I'd say the Raiders' biggest rival.
Oh! John Scheffler! Bang!
Spam those John Schefflers in the chat.
One moment.
I had so much fun yesterday, but I didn't get the bang. There was so much banging going on. It was a bangarang. Yeah, last night was insane. I knew that when Peter signed that it was going to be a crazy show. And don't get me wrong, trying to tell Alex that day, as soon as I found out that Peters was going to be visiting the Raiders on Monday, and I looked at her and I go, man, we got our pictures that day, and if it happens, you're going to hate me. But it happened, and I'm walking into work, and I just can remember thinking, this is going to get nuts. But then when you get Zahn, Ron, Mount Raidermore, and then we crossed over 1,000 viewers yesterday for the very first time, I'd say probably since the NFL draft or since May. And when that happens, it just, the snowball gets going. And, a lot of times people are like, when I tell people, hey, $100 super chat, I'll do a beer bong, in May, June, and July, sometimes people are like, man, that's a steep price. I do it, though, because y'all are crazy. Like, once it hits the regular season, it's just, it's nuts. But yesterday was really, really fun. Yesterday are days of why I give up my off day, right? Yesterday is the type of day why I love coming into the show. I love being able to hang out with Raider Nation, and I love banging with a bunch of people here. So that's an understatement. John, you a real one. I mean, even looking at the live chat right now, and if you want to shout out here on the Raiders Report, spam John Scheffler's name. We'll give some shout outs here. But even looking at the chat before shows start, and just like seeing how all the relationships that you guys are building in the chat of the Raiders Report, dude, it's freaking cool as hell, man. It's really freaking cool to see how much this show has grown, but it's because of crazy SOBs like John, like Patrick B, and like guys like Martin, Queen Sarah Otto, Joe, Raiders win, Crazy Guy, Mario, Nada, CJ, CSR1, Alan Spice, Wayne, Darth Raider. I wouldn't be able to do it without all of y'all, so seriously, shout out to you.
Caw!
You got a caw in your mouth?
It's a little freedom funnel.
No, I know what it is, but I was just... All right, you're good. Go ahead, Mr. Caw.
Go ahead and read this one from Raider Ryan.
I got you. What up, Brian? Now with DirecTV not having the NFL ticket, it's going to be YouTube having 6 primetime games this year. How is everybody watching the games this year? Well, I know this. If you can't watch the games, you can watch them here on the Raiders Report with Chugs and I. We do watch parties, and it's similar to what we do with the Madden simulation.
Excuse you.
We try to bring the energy and the excitement, and it's simply because when I watch a game, it's kind of like watching comedy to me. Watching comedy by yourself is kind of funny, but when you watch a comedian that you really like with a bunch of your friends, then it's hilarious. Watching football by myself is fun. Watching football, a Raiders game, with a bunch of my friends, that's even better. That's how I would describe it. So you can watch it here. Raiders Report, click that sub button.
It's kind of like drinking.
Yeah.
You know, you can drink by yourself.
Yeah,
a lot more fun when you're drinking with other people.
I can honestly say I don't know if I've ever, like Alex, I know like once in a while she'll have a glass of wine and like watch TV. There's never a time where I'm like, man, I could really use an old fashioned, or I'd really like to crack open a beer and watch some television. I also drink probably too much here.
And
so
for the new time viewers, here's the deal with every single Madden sim that we've done.
All right, I'm listening.
If you can correctly predict the score in a super chat,
yep,
doesn't matter how big of a super chat it is. If you correctly predict the score, it's a beer bong.
Okay.
If it's $50 or more, that's a beer boot. So
okay.
You got to send in a super chat with the correct score prediction. So everybody get your score predictions down in the chat right now. Mitch, you have not seen this game yet. Do you have a score prediction?
I am going to go with Raiders 23, Giants 20.
I like it. That's a safe bet because a lot of the games have ended in that,
in that range.
Score range.
Though the Raiders' offense has been bad the last few games that I've watched.
If this Madden sim is anything indicative for the season, the Raiders' red zone offense is in trouble.
It's cheeks, man. Get those score predictions in. KC the Sledge says 37-17, Raiders win. Arrive 38-27, Las Vegas. Kyle Johnson 24-13, Tadashi 24-20. Raiders 31, Giants 28 from AP 209. Byron 27-20. Raiders get the win. Super chat rolling in here from John Scheffler. I finally logged off at 7 p.m. and I had to go to sleep. I work graveyard. How long did the show go last night? I think we ended probably at around 8 Central Time. Or no, 9 Central Time.
It was like 9:30.
Yeah, it was late. Oh, Patrick B. Crazy SOB.
Patrick B.
27-24.
I'll drink to that.
So if he guesses that one correct, that's a boot.
He's been putting it out on the table. He got it week 1.
I know, and now he's fishing for it. He wants it back. He's fishing for it.
Let's go.
Shout out to Mount Raider More legend Patrick B. Him and John Scheffler Always down to have a good time. Rebel says it was crazy last night. It was really, really crazy last night.
I had to leave to meet the air conditioning guy at my house. I tune in. Next thing I see, these guys are drinking out of shoes.
Yeah, I told Jeremy I forgot that I was drinking out of shoes until we got to work today. And Jeremy goes, "Why is the floor wet?" I'm like, "Oh, shit, I totally forgot. Don't say that too loud or I'm going to get my ass kicked." But, yeah, it was a wild, wild day. But now it's time to get into some more Raiders content here. So if you guys are ready to get the show on the road, start spamming Raiders right now.
Oh, wait.
What?
There's only 211 likes?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
We got to get to at least 250.
250.
250 likes before we start the show. That's only fair. Sarah.
Robert says, "How's the gong doing?"
Queen Sarah Auto.
It's standing up. Its legs are a little broken.
Tell these people what they need to do in the chat, please.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Jaime's got it. Alan's liked it. If you've liked the video, spam like right now. Spam like right now. Also, we got an update here on Justin Herron. He passed his physical today, so he's also cleared to participate in training camp. Could be something. We'll talk about it coming up here on today's show a little bit more. All the training camp news and notes that I think that you guys should know. What up, Skillrilla? What's your take on Hunter's role this year? Looks like he's going to make the roster at this point. I felt like it was just underutilized last year, and now with Myers in the slot, why not save the money? When you say why not save the money, the biggest thing that we first got to talk about is you're not going to cut Renfrow. Like, people who think that this team's going to cut Renfrow doesn't make any sense. So if you remember, I'm all the way back in March, Renfrow's contract became fully guaranteed. So if the Raiders were to cut Hunter, it literally cost them $12.7 million, and you only save $470K. Like, that alone makes no sense. But then on top of that, to me, when the Raiders hired Josh McDaniels, the number one receiver that I thought was going to have success with this team was Hunter, right? Like, it's stereotypical. You can say all you want. Small slot white receiver has always done very, very well in McDaniel's system. I am curious to see how the addition of Danny Amendola, who now is one of the coaches for the Raiders, maybe he can work with Renfrow a little bit more since he has had some success in this system. But the way that I think that the Raiders are really going to use this offense is there is going to be a lot of pre-snap motion with DeAndre Carter, with Trey Tucker. But the best part about Jacoby Myers and Renfrow is both of those guys are predominantly slot receivers. Like, that's where Jacoby did most of his work. And Devontae is going to get his opportunities in the slot. The Raiders are going to spread the love. Like, there's going to be Austin Hooper. There's going to be Michael Mayer. This team can beat you in a multitude of ways. The other thing of what Garoppolo is able to do is read and get the ball out quickly. Derek struggled with that last season. He would lock in on one player and was not able to make his reads. One of the reasons why I am a little bit more confident in this Raiders offense is because Garoppolo can read the field quicker and understands the language of McDaniels' offense for those quick decision hit quick throws, which is what you're going to see this upcoming year from Renfrow. He's probably going to be around 55 catches this year is my guess if he makes this team. What is Buddy Bear saying? Is it bad? Oh, Buddy Bear, what's up, cell phone? What up, computer? Buddy Bear's on his cell phone and computer. I find Buddy Bear hilarious. The shit he says, man. I've used the popsicle joke at least 10 times this summer. At least 10 times. All right, y'all, we got 640 people watching. And if you have more questions like Skrilla did, seriously, super chat. Don't be afraid to ask them. That's what I'm here for. I'm going to talk about ideas, but he's not going to have 100 catches ever again. I'm thinking 50, 55 catches this upcoming season for the Las Vegas Raiders. All right, y'all, I think it's time to get into today's show. Coming up right now, everything that you need to know from training camp today, on top of why I believe Josh Jacobs is a big-time loser. Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report, and today's show is sponsored by Conzuri. if you're looking for an extra 2.8 inches, hey, they're going to be able to help you out. Go down in the comments and in the description. It's Conzuri.com/chat for height boosting shoes. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. Josh Jacobs was the biggest loser today, and I'm going to tell you why a little bit later on today's show, plus everything that you need to know around Raiders training camp. I'm talking Jimmy Garoppolo update, Tyree Wilson update, and the Raiders worked out a running back today, so we'll discuss all of that. But the number one thing that I really wanted to talk about is why I believe Josh Jacobs was a loser today, and it's because Saquon Barkley, New York Giants running back, him and the Giants agreed to a one-year deal worth up to $11 million. The deal also includes $2 million in a signing bonus, and the deal does not include a no franchise tag clause. If you guys remember, I'd say last week, I believe Aaron Devandry asked me a question and said, hey, can you help explain this a little bit more in terms of can you do a restructured one-year deal? The answer to that is yes, okay? The Raiders and Jacobs can only sign a one-year deal because of that July 17th, 4 p.m. Eastern Time deadline. That deadline was for multi-year extensions. However, the new rules are that the Raiders and Josh can essentially sign a one-year contract that could give him more money if he wishes. And the Giants and Barkley did the right thing. They rallied together, and they got a deal done. So this Barkley deal, 110% will impact Josh, and it will 110% impact the Las Vegas Raiders. More news here around Barkley and the New York Giants, and this one's coming in from Ian Rappaport. The Giants and star running back Saquon Barkley agreed to terms to a new one-year deal worth up to $11 million, as Barkley gives himself a chance to beat the franchise tag. He gets a $2 million signing bonus. Bottom line, Barkley is coming in and will be at training camp. From Spotrac, if Barkley maxes out his restructure deal in 2023, he'll earn $11 million. That increases his franchise tag value for 2024 up to $13.2 million, or a $24.2 million payout over 10 years, or 2 years, excuse me. The reason why that this is important is because the way that the franchise tag works, if the Giants were to franchise tag him next season, it goes up by 20%. So because Barkley did this deal and the Giants did this deal, he does have the opportunity to make even more money next year if the Giants hit him with the tag. Ryan Dunleavy on Twitter. A lot of confusion on Giant Saquon Barkley incentives. My understanding, per sources, and this is something that the Raiders could do as well, is all three numbers are tied to the playoffs, and this is the type of incentives that I would want the Raiders to do with Jacobs. So, essentially, Barkley is getting $303,000 apiece if he has 1,350 rushing yards, plus they make the playoffs, 65 catches, plus they make the playoffs, 11 total touchdowns, plus they make the playoffs. If I'm the Raiders, I look at this deal that the Giants and Barkley did, and I figure out every single way to get that done with Jacobs, because at the end of the day, I'm okay paying Jacobs if he wants to make up to $15, $16 million in incentives and everything is tied to the playoffs. It's worth every damn penny. Let's be real here. From Mike Tannenbaum, a player getting more money on a one-year deal is extremely rare. The last time it happened was 2005 when the Colts gave Edgerrin James the ability to earn more money on a one-year deal and incentives. What the parties agreed to this morning rarely happens. And it does rarely happen, but it did happen. So how does this impact Josh Jacobs? I don't know about y'all. That was the number one question I thought about this morning. And I'm going to tell you exactly how it's going to impact the Raiders, and I'm going to tell you how it impacts Jacobs, and I'm also going to tell you who's got more leverage between number 8 and the silver and black. But today's show, y'all, is sponsored by Conzuri, and you get 15% off at Conzuri.com/chat. That link's going to be available for you guys down in the comments and in the description. So, fellas, have you ever wished you were a little bit taller? Well, if that's you, I have you covered with today's sponsor, Conzuri. Conzuri makes shoes that make you up to 2.8 inches taller without anyone knowing. Look, girls get heels. Why can't men get a boost in confidence too? Conzuri shoes are not only height boosting, but also stylish and comfortable. They're not grandpa's Velcro shoes, but fashionable shoes that can receive compliments without the height increase. The height insoles are integrated into the shoes, making it the ultimate height hack. For a limited time, our listeners get an extra 15% off your order at Conzuri.com/chat. The site is already 30% off, and with our link, you get an extra 15%. So that's 45% off your entire order. Support the Raiders Report and check them out at conzuri.com/chat. Life's short, but hey, you don't have to be. It's time to level up the playing field. Conzuri is an absolute game changer when it comes to your dating life. And Alex, my fiance now, she's short. That's just a cold, hard fact. But I've dated other people in my past life that were the same height as me, and when they wore heels, it's a little bit awkward for me. So I can think back to those times and be like, man, if I would have had shoes like this that could have just given me an extra 2.5 inches, I would have taken advantage of it. And if that's you, go to conzuri.com/chat, 15% off your order. All right, let's continue to talk here about Jacobs, because the reason why that this is a very interesting timing thing with the Barkley getting his deal done is Jacobs isn't even in Las Vegas. He decided to take a flight on July 24th, and now he's no longer in the city, and he's no longer at training camp, or I shouldn't say no longer. He did not report to training camp today, which surprises absolutely nobody, and he's not expected to report to training camp anytime soon. Here's the thing, though. The fact that he hasn't signed the franchise tag, that means he's not going to be fined, which is the way that things go right now, and the expectation is that he's not going to be there until a deal gets done. However, the reason why I am saying that Josh Jacobs is the biggest loser today, arguably in the NFL, it's because Barkley and the Giants signing a deal, it makes Jacobs look bad for missing training camp. I want a player, and I say this all the time, man, like we were excited that the Raiders signed Marcus Peters because he wanted to be a Raider, and he is showing all of y'all that he's going to wear that jersey, and he's going to go out there and he's going to battle with his brothers. That's what I want from Jacobs. He was a team captain last season, and I want my team captain buying in, especially after a season. I get it. He had over 2,000 total yards. But if players, we don't remember players by stats. We remember players by wins, playoff victories, Super Bowls. And at the end of the day, the Raiders went 6-11, even though Jacobs still put up all those numbers. So Barkley, he's showing his teammates that he wants to be a part of this team. And I respect the hell out of that. Like, that's what I want from my star players. The reason why Max Crosby is the face of the Raiders franchise is because that guy just eats, breathes football. He's always at the Raiders training facility, and nobody's going to outwork him. If I'm a player, I look at Max Crosby and I'm like, I got to outwork you because that's how you're getting to that point. That's what I want Jacobs to do. And he needs to figure out a way to get his butt in Las Vegas, because I'll tell you this right now. If I'm Jacobs' agent, who I don't think he's done a very good job this entire offseason talking to his client, because let's face it, Jacobs has been a little bit of a diva this offseason, right? Like, I would get in Jacobs' ear right now, and I said, you better get your butt back to Vegas, and let's get a deal done similar to Saquon Barkley's, because the fact that Barkley showed up and you didn't, that just screams one guy wants to be a part of the team, the other guy only cares about himself. Does he deserve to care about himself? Yes. Does he deserve to get the money that he wants? Yes. Does he deserve to be able to take care of his family? Yes. All of those things are applicable. But now your leverage, it's just gotten a little bit worse. And both of these players are phenomenal running backs, right? And I would say, okay, Josh, Barkley got the deal. Maybe we could even get a little bit more in incentives. And if Jacobs is confident in his ability, which he should be, considering the fact that both of these players have had the exact same amount of games played. Now, Barkley's been in the league 1 year longer. The reason why the games are the same, though, is because of the injuries that Barkley has sustained. But from a rushing standpoint, from a receiving standpoint, I would want in my contract incentives that, hey, if I get to this amount of rushing yards, if I get to this amount of receptions, if I get to this amount of touchdowns, and we make the playoffs, you should make a lot more money. Like, both of these guys are incredible running backs from a between the tackles, from the advanced metric standpoint. You can look at all their touches here, right? Nobody's going to dispute that both of these running backs are really going to help compete and really help their team win more games. Chugs and I always say, there's no doubt that the Raiders are a better football team with Jacobs on the field. However, though, if he plans on holding out during the regular season, if I'm McDaniels and I'm Ziegler, I'm just simply saying, hey, man, we were 0-3 to start last season. We were 2-7 to start last season with you having the year that you did. If you want to hold out until week 10 and you want to hold out until November 14th, you're only taking money out of your pocket. You're going to be out $561,000 on average per game that you miss. Barkley got a deal done. Let's sit down, let's talk, because we want you to be a part of this team, which is a cold, hard fact. So the only change I will admit that I would suggest to do a little bit different in terms of what Barkley didn't do, because from talking with people who are close to Jacobs and following along with Jacobs the way that I have been, it sounds like he wants a long-term extension. So if I'm Jacobs and I'm his agent, I say, get your butt back to Las Vegas. Let's get a one-year deal done with some more incentives. However, you can't franchise tag me next year. You can't place the tag on me. Like, if that's what he wants is security and a long-term deal, that would be the only thing that I would look for in that extra clause with the Raiders and Josh Jacobs. So my question to you is this, very first one of the show. Who's got more leverage as it stands right now? Who's got more leverage? If you think it's the Las Vegas Raiders, I want you to type R. If you think it's Josh Jacobs, I want you to type JJ. My answer after this YouTube ad break. My answer is it's the Raiders, and now it's not even close. I've always believed that the Raiders have had more leverage, and the fact that Barkley now got his deal done, and then on top of that, the other running backs that reported to training camp today, despite some of their contract issues, it's even more and more favor of the Raiders. And Jacobs needs to realize that right now, the Raiders have pocket aces. He's sitting there with a 2 and a 3, and he's trying to push his chips all in. You can go up and you can bluff and you can do all that. But when the turn comes, when the river's there, I'm not exactly a poker guy, but when all the cards are on the table, he's going to lose, and he's going to lose more money. So what should he do? Fold, take his chips home, and take that $10.1 million. So there was a report that came from MLF Football, and there was other people that reported this as well, that star running backs Christian McCaffrey, Najee Harris, J.K. Dobbins, Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, Jacobs, Barkley, Aaron Jones, Tony Pollard, Joe Mixon were in attendance for Austin Eckler's Zoom meeting in collaboration with the NFLPA discussed the depressed market for running backs. Dalvin Cook was also invited, but was on a flight home from his football camp for his kids. All I see there is this. A lot of very talented running backs got together on a Zoom call, had a conversation. There's different rumors out there here and there in terms of what was said and whatnot. But guess what? All of those running backs believed that they deserve more money. And the one running back that I was really, really paying attention to, because if you were to ask me right now, what running back is the most likely to flip the running back market? Like, what's the guy that's going to reset the market? His name, Jonathan Taylor. That's the number one back right now to me, that the way he is important to his organization, the way that he is with his team, the quarterback that they just drafted in Anthony Richardson, the number one running back that can flip the market is Jonathan Taylor. And guess what? Guess what? He showed up to training camp today. They had contract disputes, and they have been trying to get a brand new deal done. But Taylor showed up today. Why? Because he cares about Indianapolis, he cares about his teammates, and he cares about winning football games. Why did Saquon Barkley get a deal done? Because he cares. All I want is to know is that Josh Jacobs cares for this football team, and hopefully we get a deal done pretty damn soon. Coming up next here on the Raiders Report, training camp notes. I'm going to tell y'all the most important things that you should know about what happened at Raiders training camp today. And if you don't already know, this is exactly why you hit that subscribe button. It's exactly why you turn on your notifications. We're going to do everything I can. Give my analysis, give my feedback, but also give you the news and notes that you need. If you are already subscribed, take that link down below. Send it to some Raider fans out there. I know Queen Sarah Otto, Martin, Mr. OG Raider always got my back. But let's continue to grow the family here on the Raiders Report. All right, so some of the news that happened today. I mean, the other reason why Jacobs is a big loser is because the Raiders worked out a running back, XFL defender RB, Abram Smith. He led the XFL last season in rushing yards, so you go from one rushing king to another, right? 788. I'll also say he was the only running back in the XFL last season to have over 500 rushing yards. Is Smith going to take Jacobs' job? No. Hell, he's not even one of, he probably won't even make the 53-man. But I do think this is a message that McDaniels and Ziegler are sending out to Josh saying, yeah, we would obviously like you here, but if you're not here, we're going to replace you, and we're going to find out another running back that might be able to do that. I like Sincere McCormick. Brent Brown's an okay back. Brandon Bolden, you all know how I feel about him. But this is news. Like, this is a shot at, Jacobs, you're not going to show up? Cool, we're going to bring somebody in. We're going to work you out. Like, that's just how this organization works. More news around Hunter Renfrow today. Josh McDaniels said that he expects a big year from number 13 after a season where he had only 36 catches, 330 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I get a little bit nervous when I hear McDaniels say that, and I don't know if nervous is the right word. If you're able to trade Renfrow and you're able to get that extra money, 11.6, and potentially use that money to make Jacobs happy, cool, I'm all about it. But I'll also say he also said Darren Waller was going to be a big part of this team, and 2 weeks later, he ended up getting dealt. So I saw what McDaniel said. I'm hoping that the addition of Danny Amendola can really help out Renfrow have a better year this upcoming season. For Jimmy Garoppolo, the news update around him was no restrictions for Jimmy G. I don't anticipate that he's going to take 100% of the snaps this upcoming, we'll call it training camp. But the fact that they're going to say, all right, training wheels, take them off. We're going to let him pedal, and he's going to go by himself. Like, it's not going to be McDaniels holding his back the way that my dad used to teach me when I was riding my bike. No, this is go out there, execute the offense, and if you're unable to stay healthy, we don't got to pay you anyway because of that clause that's in your contract. The news around Marcus Peters, if you follow me on Twitter, I put it out there, and you can always follow me on social media. I'm at MitchellRenz365. Peters is going to wear number 24, which definitely puts a smile on my face because some of my greatest – I guess some of the players that I love more than anyone have always worn 24. Big beast mode fan. Charles Woodson is a freaking GOAT. And now Marcus Peters repping 24 as well. More injury news here to cover. Tyree Wilson, no timeline for his return. Though when McDaniels was asked today about it, he didn't really seem too nervous. It was like, yeah, this is part of the plan. We are not going to rush him back. And the most important thing, though, from what I understand is they do want to work him in slow, but he should be out there week 1, and then they'll start ramping it up the back half of the season. Similar to what happened last year with Bilal Nichols, where you might not see him on the field so much early on, and then it'll get ramped up as the season goes. More injury news here around Byron Young. Byron Young was the more surprising one. Tyree Wilson's on the NFI list. Byron Young's on the PUP list. However, he is expected to be returning soon, so that's really good news. The latest on Jacobs is he didn't report to training camp. The Raiders have worked out a running back. Saquon Barkley got a deal done, and he's just got to realize it is time to get it together. McDaniels did say, though, or he talked about Jacobs today, and this is exactly what he said. I respect every player's right to try to do what's best for them. Those things are personal. We all have to go through them. I respect him tremendously as a player and a person. I look forward to seeing him whenever he is here. I do think McDaniels knows that sooner or later Jacobs is going to show up because he does have the leverage. The Raiders do have the leverage with all that. So I expect him to be back. I'm hoping it's sooner rather than later. However, as petty as Jacobs has been this offseason, I get he's angry, but now he's got to realize that, unfortunately, he's going to lose this hand and he needs to pony up. The last little bit of news here I did want to say is Justin Herron. He passed, literally I just got the news, he passed his physical, so he is also going to be able to participate in training camp. It's going to be an interesting battle to see considering the fact that the Raiders traded for him last season and he has those ties with New England, with Carmen Brasillo, and I don't know if he makes the roster, but he's going to be one of the guys definitely to look into that. If you enjoyed today's show, spam RO4L down in the comments. All right, Chugs, we got a big-time Madden simulation today. Better quarterback. Is it Jimmy Garoppolo or is it Daniel Jones?
I almost put VV for him.
VV?
Vanilla Vic.
Vanilla Vic. That might be your new favorite nickname.
Send the thummy to Sperry. You did?
Yep, he's got it.
Good.
Yeah,
yep.
He's got it.
Who do you think it is? Is it Jimmy G or Vanilla Vic?
Where do you sit on this one?
I'm not a Daniel Jones believer. As much as Marsh has tried to convince me over months and months and months, and however many times he brings up that he played well against the Vikings' horrible defense in their first playoff game.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not a Daniel Jones believer. I don't think he's horrible. I don't think he's one of the worst quarterbacks in the league.
Is he top 20?
He is.
The problem is,
He's
I just asked you if he's top 20, and he's got a 4-year, $160 million deal.
Oh, agreed.
That's the problem.
The hard part is, to me, he is like, more mobile, but he's almost like a Kirk Cousins light. And it's like Kirk Cousins is like other players light. So he's like light.
To me, he's like the Dollar General Josh Allen, where he's a good athlete.
he's
good arm.
The great value.
Yeah, I mean, it's I say Garoppolo and Jones are probably in that similar range of QBs that I can make an argument. Neither of these guys is top 15, but you could put them to me like between 16 and 22. If it's a playoff game, I'll roll with Jimmy Garoppolo. If you told me what quarterback would I rather have, I might honestly say Jones because to me he's going to be able to stay healthier more likely than what Garoppolo would. However, Garoppolo is going to be able to execute McDaniels' system, I do think, a lot better.
And it sucks because he does have one of the coolest nicknames in the NFL, Vanilla Vic. It's a great nickname.
Negro says that's disrespect to Josh Allen. Well, who's a better comp then? Who's a shitty mobile quarterback that's not very good? I don't know. That's what I'm going with here, man. That's what I'm going with. All right, we got a few super chats that I'd like to get to. We'll discuss, break them down, and then the next show coming up here is going to be an updated 53-man roster projection. Since the silver and black signed Marcus Peters, I wanted to go ahead and do that. What? What?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see it.
Yeah, just look at my Slack.
All right, I got you.
Yeah.
Are we going to a super chat then?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
E-Dub.
What up, E-Dub?
That was just from one that you had just said.
Oh, all right, fair enough. I don't even know what I said. Is Marcus Peters and Sim with the show today? So, unfortunately, he's not in the game today. He will be in the game on Thursday against the Jets.
I added him to the squad.
Yeah, so essentially what we had to do is Chugs always pre-films the simulations, and just because of the schedule and because I actually technically had off yesterday, it got a little bit screwed up. But Marcus Peters not in the game today. He will be in the game on Thursday against the Jets. What up, E-Dub? Appreciate the super chat. Next one, rolling in here from
Skrilla.
What up, Skrilla? No, like it's going to affect us, but what's your take on the new RPO rule? I mean, are you talking about with Jalen Hurts, that one, or is there a brand new rule? If there's a brand new rule, I don't know exactly what it is yet. Chugs, if you want to Google it.
The replay official can automatically review a close play on a failed.
Yeah, you gotta give me the exact rule. I'm not a rule book guy. I literally just talk about the Raiders.
Chase, do you know?
What's the new RPO rule? New RPO rule?
Is there a new RPO rule?
Yeah, the only rule that I know is the Eagles rule, where you can't stack it.
Wait,
but
Marshall Green. What did you say? He's saying you can't hand the ball off forward. Okay, so it has to be a side to side?
Interesting. Okay. I mean, you can't do the ride anymore?
Where he's holding it and he's running, and then he pulls last second to throw?
Interesting. Yeah,
that's what we're trying to do right now.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, that's what
we're gonna ask the team here. We'll get you a better answer in terms of is it gonna impact the Raiders? I don't think as much, because if you think that Garoppolo is gonna tuck it and then run, that's probably
shame on you.
That's probably bad coaching there. So the only other thing, again, we're gonna look into it here. We'll try to give you a better answer, but I'm not a rule book junkie, so I'll try to do more studying though.
If you know about the new rule, let us know in the chat.
Yeah, please do.
Sorry, we had a company meeting, then we had to get ready for today's live show. I didn't see the new RPO rule.
What up, Hellcat? What's up?
Let's see. Kobe Brown sending 100. R.I.P. Kobe.
Kobe, thank you, man. Thanks for supporting the show. It's greatly appreciated.
Kobe.
What up, Gaines? Our fan base needs to chill on Jimmy Garoppolo. Too much negativity from sore car fans. He's gone. Get over it. Always the shield before any one player. And
that's what you always say.
yeah, I mean, that's the way that it should be. I get the fact that people are still going to be upset about Carr. I think the problem is, if you can't realize that it was also very much Derek Carr's fault, that's going to be a tough pill to swallow. I am also tough on Jimmy Garoppolo, though, because to me it was a very vanilla, mediocre move. And I knew that if you were going to move on from D.C., that you needed a big-time splash. I don't really think Garoppolo was that. On top of the fact that he also has the injury history that he does, that can definitely be pretty damn concerning. Let's go to Silver Black 31. Just got my Broncos corn shirt today. Can't wait to give it to my training supervisor at work since she trolls me with the Broncos crap. I mean, how does a Broncos fan troll you? We've won 6 games in a row against Denver. Like, if she's trolling you, honestly, man, you got to step up your game. You got to fire back a little bit. I think that's really what it comes down to.
If you're like, what is Silver and Black even talking about? I put the link in the chat.
True.
www.com or www.chatsports.com/corn.
Yeah.
We have Chargers fan eats corn the long way. Chiefs fans eat corn the long way. Broncos fans eat corn the long way. And for those special very few, we have McDaniel's eats corn the long way t-shirts.
Yes. For anybody that wants, I actually saw one of the comments early in today's show was Brian Darr said that he wore his corn the long way shirt to Busch Gardens. Is that correctly, Brian? Which is a theme park, right? Yeah, it's definitely a theme park. It's either that or it's Busch Gardens is a place where Manscaped does not like. Let's go to Can't Walk. What's up, my brother? With Peters signing, Raiders have a top 20 defense. Hope so. I mean, for me to say yes to this, the Raiders haven't had a top 20 defense since 2002, right? So it's definitely been a very long time. I do think Peters is going to help out in multitude of ways, and I've made this comparison, I think, a lot on this show, where it's like that Casey Hayward, it's like the Deron Harmon signing, and yes, they're getting up there in age, but when you have such a young defense, I do think it helps to have that veteran that's going to bring that swagger, that's going to bring that leadership, because when times are tough, it's 3rd down and 8, and you're staring across into that huddle, I want to be able to look in the eyes of a teammate and say, that guy's got confidence, we're going to be all right. Where sometimes if you're not used to playing in those situations and there's not that player in that huddle, I do think that's where you see defenses like the Raiders in years past that have had those times that it's just snowballed bad, right? You're sitting there, you're like, they're going to lose this game. That happens all the time. They're going to lose this game. Having a guy like Peters is really going to help it out. I'm hoping that they have a top 20 defense.
Speaking of Peters,
we
have our updated 53-man roster projection coming up next. If you want to see Mitch's brand new 53-man roster projection, spam LV in the chat right now.
We actually just got some breaking news here. The Las Vegas Raiders are releasing quarterback Chase Garbers, and they just released Ike Brown, and now they are going to be signing defensive tackle Kyle Pecco. So 3-player bios, and let's get it going.
All right.
Let's do that.
Well, I'm going to need... we'll just do this off of live.
Yeah.
I'm going to need a couple of moments.
Yep, guys, so we just got some breaking news. We're going to get that cut. I know Sperry just pushed one, but I think we just got to do another, unfortunately. Tell him to push it. Sorry. We might even have to hold off on the 53. No, I still want both to go out. I think they're both good videos. I mean, unless we just add that last bit on the end. Has he pushed it yet? Yeah. Sorry, guys. We just got some breaking news. Yeah. And I want to figure out the video processes here with everyone lining up. I will say, though, the 53-man roster, we're going to have to make some adjustments to it in terms of some graphics, so please bear with us here. Anytime breaking news happens, you guys are going to see some of the behind-the-work stuff. But, yes, it is officially official. The Raiders, they just released Chase Garbers, and they just released cornerback Ike Brown, and then they signed defensive tackle Kyle Pecco. So Pecco last season spent some time with this organization, big defensive tackle up the middle, hard-working player, probably more of just a practice squad dude. However, the fact that they are bringing him in, it makes me curious about what they think of their current defensive tackle room already. Ike Brown moving on. He was an outside corner. He had no shot at making the roster. The fact that they add Marcus Peters, no big surprise there. And then the release of Chase Garbers. I mean, what I'm really interested to see here, he's just going to tack it on? Okay. What I'm really interested to see here is what the quarterback room looks like in the preseason. Like, if they're moving on from Garbers, I actually think that says how confident that they are in Jimmy Garoppolo's ability to stay healthy. Like, that's how I read that in terms of the most important news bit that I can get from the release of Garbers, is because if it was in the preseason and essentially if it's only Aiden O'Connell, like, they could do that. Like, there's a possibility that O'Connell could be the only quarterback out there. I don't see why they roll with Brian Hoyer out there. Like, no disrespect to Hoyer. I don't want to see anything from him. He can run the defense or run the offense during practice. He could be the quarterback that helps second team, third string receivers, tight ends, offensive line, execute the offense. But to me, the release of Garbers is more notable because now you're going to go with Garoppolo. You have Brian Hoyer and Aiden O'Connell. So does that mean we only get to see O'Connell during the preseason? It's going to be pretty interesting, man. Also, David Zahn just entered the chat. Huge shout out to Mr. David Zahn. Huh? Pecco. Yep. Just give me those 3 player bios, cold open, and we're going to keep it moving. Sound good? Cool. All right. Appreciate everyone for being patient with me. Mario, if we get another signing, would you drink, Mitch? A signing that's bigger than Kyle Pecco? Like, if it was Raiders signed Troy Hill, oh, we're partying. Like, I know I'm hurting from today. Hellcat Q, I just saw in the chat, said, I don't know how you're awake today. I'm telling you right now, I've always prided myself on having the ability to bounce back rather quickly. But this morning, I was hurting. Like, I had a lot of cups of coffee, had to wake up. It took me a little bit longer. But the name of the game is this. I'm here to talk Raiders. I'm here to have a good time. I'm here to be an entertainer. And I'm always down to show the nation, especially because when people sign, I want people who are first-time watchers, when they come across this channel, they're like, oh, shit, I want to return to that. That was pretty wild, and I'm going to have a good time. Now, don't get me wrong. It's definitely taxing on the body, but that's what we do here. Raider Nation, it's you're in your 30s now. I am 30, so you're not wrong. When I was in my 20s, it was a little bit easier to bounce back. I just, you guys show me so much dedication on a daily basis that I also want to show you that I have that commitment to excellence. And if my commitment to excellence is putting the body on the line, then hey, guess what? That's what we're going to do here. And I try to do it every single day. All right, so we're going to go quick recap. See what Mitch not drinking, Zahn's leaving. No, Zahn watches a lot. He's told me he's going to be traveling. I think he said he was off today and he's going somewhere. So he's just going to be listening in the background, which I know a lot of people like to do. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through the news that just happened here, and then we will get into our updated 53-man roster projection for the Raiders. Okay, I'll do my best. I'm ready. Got some Raiders news here to cover before we get into why Josh Jacobs is the biggest loser today. Chase Garbers has been released by the Silver and Black. Now the Raiders have only 3 QBs. The big answer to this is Jimmy Garoppolo seems healthy. What's going to happen in the preseason? Maybe it's Aiden O'Connell time. Ike Brown, hasta la vista. Not too surprising considering the fact that the Raiders signed Marcus Peters. And then Raiders are going to be bringing back Kyle Pecco. He was a defensive tackle for the team a little bit last season. And if you're looking for more Raiders news, hey, remember, we're your channel here. Hit that subscribe button. All right, cool. All right, appreciate everyone being patient with Jeremy and I. Robert said, can we bring back Stidham? Considering the fact that Stidham signed a 2-year, $10 million deal with the Denver Broncos, the answer to that is no. Unless you want to trade for him.
I was really surprised that the Raiders didn't bring him back because he played really well in his 2 starts.
Yeah, he was a pretty solid player. Also, I'm getting news here. Oh, man. Raiders worked out another running back. You want to know who it is?
Who is it?
Ah, man, you want to film that real quick? I don't know. They worked out Benny Snell. It's another running back. You want to add it, or is it just we're just getting out of hand?
I think it might be.
And we're getting out of hand.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
That's definitely you should definitely tweet that out though.
Oh, I did. It's already out. Yeah. So the Raiders also worked out Benny Snell today. So not only did they work out Abram Smith, but they also worked out Benny Snell.
And it's hard because he's
Hard-nosed running
he's
back.
a running back with
Yeah.
arguably one of the slowest last names. When you think of Snell, you're not thinking of a speedster.
Well, he's definitely not. I
do have to say, he had one of the coolest mouth guards in the NFL. Did you see that one whenever he had it last
teeth?
year? No. He had it like maybe a year ago. It had a spinner on the inside.
Oh,
So whenever he breathed in, breathed out, it was like spinning in his mouth.
Dude, I bet you X to the Z exhibit loved that shit.
Dude, it was like, pimp my ride. It was like pimp my mouthpiece.
Pimp my mouthpiece. That doesn't sound good.
Yo, we got Bluetooth in there. You got a toaster. Did you fix the transmission? Nah,
No.
but you have massaging seats.
I put 6 Xboxes in your trunk. Can I drive my car? No.
Dude, but you can run a Madden tourney in that thing.
Oh, dude, I love that
All right.
show. That was a good show. All right, who's ready to get into today's updated 53-man roster projection? Because a lot of stuff happened, so I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update here. Martin, pimp my ride. Pimp my ride, man. What up, Queen Serrano? What up, PG? Excuse me. I am ready from Hellcat Q.
Let's do it.
Let's stretch it out a little bit.
Hey, and like
You
I
got
said,
30 TVs in your trunk. Can I put my groceries? No.
if anybody sees Wild One in the chat, please don't let him know that I'm wearing his jersey today.
Correct. Please don't. Also, Killa, what's good, brother? I got your jersey today, so I'll probably be wearing that. I'll probably be wearing that Thursday or Friday this week.
I also got a jersey in today, and I'll be wearing it Thursday.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. All right, y'all. Coming up right now, an updated 53-man roster projection around the silver and black. If you're wanting to know who's going to make the Raiders 53-man roster, you're in the right place. Coming up here is an updated look at it after the Raiders signed Marcus Peters, and they've also made some other moves as well. But today's show is presented by Manscaped, and plain and simple, if you got a bush down there, get rid of it. Go to manscaped.com. Use code Raiders for 20% off and free shipping on the best male grooming products out there. So we're first going to start here at the quarterback spot because the Raiders have 3 QBs. Jimmy Garoppolo, Brian Hoyer, Aiden O'Connell. They just released Chase Garbers, for those of you that are watching this live. And because they released him, they're going to keep 3 QBs, right? Garoppolo cleared for training camp. I don't know how much we're going to see him in the preseason. Brian Hoyer, I don't know how much we're going to see him in the preseason. I believe it's going to be the Aiden O'Connell show the entire preseason, which I would like to see Garoppolo out on the field just simply because I want to see him get some game actions. You didn't have Derek Carr last season. Raiders offense started out a little bit slow. So these are going to be the 3 quarterbacks that make it for this team. And the numbers that you see next to them is just going to be me literally counting out the 53-man. So it's not the numbers that they wear. It's just me showing you who's staying and who's not. All right, Raiders running back depth chart. Spoiler alert, I'm putting Josh Jacobs in the 53-man. I believe that he gets the deal done. I believe he signs the franchise tag or has a adjusted contract very similar to what Saquon Barkley signed. But he's technically not on the team as it stands right now. What's really going to be interesting, though, is what backs this team decides to keep, because as today I am making this video, the Raiders also worked out Benny Snell, and then they worked out the XFL leading rusher last season, Abram Smith. So to me, I'm going to keep 4 running backs, and I'm going to keep the fullback. Like, if you're going to keep Jacobs, you got to keep the fullback that helped him lead the NFL in rushing yards last season. If Jacobs is not on this team, I actually don't think that they end up keeping Johnson then. You're going to keep your third down back in Amir Abdullah. You're going to keep Zamir White. And I'm going to put Sincere McCormick on here simply because I believe he is the next most talented running back over Brandon Bolden. Cut him, save $2.3 million. He's better than Britton Brown. I do like me some McCormick. Let's go to the wide receivers now, which a lot of talent here to digest. Josh McDaniels said that he expects big things this upcoming season for Hunter Renfrow, which, I don't know, makes me almost wonder, are they just going to end up keeping him? Do they trade him? Where exactly do we land? And what's really intriguing about this list is I could go a ton of different ways, no doubt about it. But I'm going to keep 6 receivers. And I'm going to keep Adams, Jacoby, Hunter Renfrow. Those are more of your starting 3 receivers. And then you got your special teams guy in DeAndre Carter, Trey Tucker, a lot of pre-snap motion. I also know that the Silver and Black want to be able to have a speedster and stretch out the field. On top of that, Dorsett does have the connections with McDaniels, with Dave Ziegler from their years in the past. If you're looking for more Raiders videos, hit that subscribe button. But I only want diehard fans here. I want people that when you see Raiders news happen, you come to YouTube and we're your one-stop shop. I'm going to look down in the comments. I'm going to see what you have to say. Turn on those notifications, though. That way you don't miss a thing. Because if you missed our Marcus Peters live show, shame on you. We got freaking wild. Let's go to the tight end room now here for the Raiders, where it's really just a battle between Horsted and O.J. Howard for that final tight end spot. And that's the way that it's going to be. This is going to be a team that ends up keeping 3 tight ends. Hooper, Mayer are the locks. I know that Horsted made the team last season and has the connections with the coaching staff. To me, though, Howard's just the superior player. The only thing that might battle or impact him a little bit is his health, but Howard's the better run blocker. Horsted's the better receiver. And I'm hoping that McDaniels realizes we're pretty damn covered from a receiver standpoint. So I would rather have my third-string tight end be a better blocker and be a better red zone option because that's what we need. Let's go to the offensive line here. A lot of talent on the Raiders' offensive line. And honestly, man, a lot of good depth. I would say that this team has probably has one of the deepest rosters for offensive line in the entire NFL. And Colton Miller, Dylan Parham, Andre James, Jermaine Illuminor, those guys are all locked and loaded. However, I would have loved to be able to keep, you guys know how much I love McClendon Curtis. Unfortunately, though, I had to go with a little bit of a different route. And I ended up keeping Colton Miller, right? But the one player that's really going to make this interesting for me is Alex Bars, simply because I know that the Raiders organization likes him a lot. Brandon Parker is a player that I do see them keeping for the simple fact of he can play left tackle and he can play right tackle. I understand that Justin Herron passed his physical. I actually think Brandon Parker is a better player than Herron. But if you told me which offensive lineman do I think is the most likely to be traded, I would say Parker. However, I'm not going to do trades in this one. I'm just going to look at the roster the way that it is. So because of that, I'm going to be keeping 9 offensive linemen. We're going to keep Thayer Munford, Greg Van Roten. It's okay, Chugs. The picture for Thayer Munford hasn't updated yet in our graphics system, so Chugs is waiting for it to go. It's not a big deal. We're going to keep it moving here. Colt Miller, Dylan Parham, Andre James, Natane Moody, Jermaine Illuminor, Brandon Parker, Alex Bars, Thayer Munford, Greg Van Roten. The Raiders are going to be keeping 9 offensive linemen. So for those of you counting at home, that takes us all the way up to 26. And it finally updated. All the way up to 26 here for our Raiders 53-man roster projection. Before we get to the defensive side of the football, and I know all y'all care about the D, especially with this organization. If you do really want to up your D game, head on over to Manscaped, man. We got 20% off and free shipping, but you got to remember to use promo code Raiders. Not only does it save you money, it tells Manscaped that, hey, you guys are watching the Raiders Report, which, believe it or not, does help me out a lot. I'll always recommend the Lawnmower 4.0. I think it's by far the best game or the best tool in the game for making sure that your downstairs stays absolutely trimmed. But I also love Manscaped because they have just now started to launch brand new products all the time. They got their Beard Hedger, which is a premium beard trimmer. And if you think I have a good beard game, and if you think Chugs has a good beard game, we use Manscaped products, and I want you guys to treat your beard like a pro. I am amazed on the amount of people that don't honestly take care of the hair on their face. Yet, if I were to tell people, wait, you don't wash your beard? Do you wash your hair? Do you wash your body? People look at shampoo, conditioner, and they say, of course, I'm going to wash my hair. You should look at your beard the exact same way, right? Like, it's funny to me sometimes. I'll get back from a jog, and anytime I get back from a jog, I'm covered in sweat. And Chuck, he's sick, but I love him. He'll lick my beard. Why? Because there's a lot of sweat and crap in there. And I do think it's important for you to take care of the hair on your face, which Manscaped's going to help you do that. They have shampoo, they got conditioner, they got deodorant, they got ball toner. Bottom line is this. If you can't score like McDaniels in the red zone, it's probably because you're not using Manscaped products. Shout out to them for continuing our awesome partnership here on the Raiders Report with Manscaped. Now, let's talk about the defense for the Raiders. Come on, get your head out of the gutter. First, though, we're going to look at the defensive end room here for the Silver and Black. Crosby, Chandler Jones, Tyree Wilson, locked, loaded, easy. However, the Raiders did sign Isaac Rochelle the other day. Malcolm Kuntz apparently is in the best shape of his life. Adam Plant Jr., the UDFA out of Las Vegas or UNLV, has really, really impressed coaches and players. But I'm only going to be able to keep 4 defensive ends because it's not easy. The more and more I do this, the more I started to think, man, maybe I should have only kept 5 wide receivers because then I could have kept an extra defensive end. I know that this organization likes Jordan Willis a lot, and even though he was injured through OTAs and even though he was injured through minicamp, they believe he can be a talented player. So here are the 4 defensive ends that I'm keeping. Let's now go to the defensive tackle room, which the Raiders just signed Kyle Pecco as I am making this video right now. Byron Young's battling some injuries, but he's going to be making this team. Bilal Nichols is going to be your, no doubt, number 1 defensive tackle on this roster. And in terms of the position battles that I'm going to be watching really close this year, I'm going to be looking at right guard for the Raiders, but I'm really going to be looking at defensive tackle, and then cornerback's probably the one that I'm going to be locked into the most. Here are, though, the 6 defensive tackles that I see the Raiders keeping. Nichols, Tillery. Tillery might not even be a lock. Adam Butler might not even be a lock. Nesta Jade Severo, they drafted in the 7th round, so I do forecast them keeping him. The name that might surprise you that's not on here is Matthew Butler, and I just don't think that they really believe in Butler's ability to ever be something special in the NFL, which could be another reason why they decided to bring in, Kyle Pecco for extra competition. Let's go to the linebacker room here. The 2 no-doubters are 3 no-doubters. Divine Diablo, Amari Burney, who you drafted in the 6th round out of Florida, and then Robert Spillane. After that, they might just keep 3 linebackers. Legitimately, it's a possibility because of some of the other players that they have in terms of like an Isaiah Paulomeo. They like his versatility, and they might decide to keep an extra corner. Maybe they decide to keep an extra safety. However, I do think that this team ends up keeping Luke Masterson because of the season that he had last year. We had over 50 tackles. He stepped up big, proved to be a versatile player, also gives you some special teams value. And I do think the fact that they were able to see him play, and he did. He got better and better as the season went on. That's going to be enough for Masterson to end up making this roster. Now, let's go to the cornerback room because this was by far the most difficult room to look at. I want the Raiders to keep 7 corners. However, when I do my 53-man, there wasn't enough room in here for 7. And I know that the guys pictured, they're going to be locked and loaded. What it really came down to is, do I keep Sam Webb? Do I keep David Long Jr.? Do I keep Amik Robertson? These are the 6 corners that I ended up keeping. You drafted Bennett. You traded up for him in round 4, so he's going to make it. Brandon Faison is a player that they gave $3.2 million to in his contract, and I know that money talks, so I think he's going to end up making it. He's a physical player. They really, really like Tyler Hall in the slot. This is going to be the number 1 battle to be looking at, no doubt about it, at Raiders training camp. Which cornerbacks emerge and which ones don't? My question to you is this, so please share your thoughts. How many corners do you see McDaniels and Ziegler keeping for this 53-man roster? I kept 6, and it pains me to do that because I do think David Long's a good player. I know they like Sam Webb. How many corners will the Raiders end up keeping on their roster? Let's go now to the safety position. Marcus Epps, lock. Merrick, lock. Chris Smith, lock. So that means I can only keep one more player. Do I keep Roderick Teamer Jr., who's a hell of a special teams player? Do I keep Jaquan Johnson, who probably offers you a little bit more in terms of the coverage ability? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the guy they kept last season, the biggest surprise on the 53-man, Isaiah Polamayo. Is related to Troy Polamalu, is related to Kenny Lee Polamalu, the Raiders running back coach. But he's gained some weight, and from everything that I understand is he's going to be this box safety, linebacker hybrid type of player, which is why I have him here at number 50. And then, can't always forget about special teams. You got Daniel Carlson, A.J. Cole, two Pro Bowl players, and then Jacob Bobenmoyer, the brand new long snapper for the Silver and Black. That's my brand new 53-man roster projection after the Raiders sign Marcus Peters, and they've signed some other players like Isaac Rochelle, Kyle Pecco on top of that. But who do I leave off my 53-man? Like, a lot of names to consider. I think the next time I do a 53-man roster, Chugs, I'm going to put the names that were, like, right there. You know what I mean? Like, these are the 5 players that just didn't quite make it. The roster bubble, the honorable mentions. So who do I leave off my 53-man? Please let me know down in the comments. I'm going to be looking. All right, Chuggy Bull, it's time to get into our Raiders-Giants game. Now, I'll say this. I do got to go take a pee, but I'm not drinking. So 2 o'clock's not going to happen. If you want me to drink water, that's all I'll do. If anybody else wants to step up, that's fine. I was hungover.
I did hear that we have a step-in for you while you're gone to the restroom.
Perfect. Hang on a second here. Get the score predictions in.
Get the score predictions in. Let me know what you're thinking. Oh, no. That's just Mitch. Wait.
Dun, dun, dun. Hey, no. Raiders Report, Pimp My Man Cave.
Raiders Report, Pimp My Man Cave today. Got my signed football. Let's go, Tano. Let's go. Yeah, I don't. Definitely a shot. Definitely a shot clock. We definitely got a shot clock.
Absolutely. Every $10 super chat that comes in while Mitch is...
You're not on yet.
Am I on now? Every $10 super chat that comes in while Mitch is gone, he's got a shot of Fireball when he comes back. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Raider Nation, what's going on?
Let's go. Let's go.
Here we go, G-Man. Here we go. Here we go,
Get those
G-Man.
last
Here we
score
go.
predictions in. As you see,
Here we go, G-Man.
I'm chilling here with a dumb Giants fan before our Raiders-Giants sim. Any predictions for this sim?
I'm going to say that the Giants lose because you probably rigged it.
It's Madden. I'm not rigging the games.
How many sims did it take? How many sims does a sim take if a sim can take sims?
2. Hey, and your last chance for the deal, if you super chat the correct score of this game, that's a beer bong on the house. $50 or more, like our guy Patrick B did. It'll be a boot. And actually, we actually
I'm
have
thirsty. Let's go.
3 shots for dumb Giants fan.
PG. What up, PG? As Tano Raider says 3 shots for dumb Giants fan. You want to grab that tequila? I'll take a swig of tequila.
Tequila?
I'm a tequila guy because I'm not soft. You know, some people in this office have to drink Fireball. Dude, Mitch's head is so small. This is not how the headset's supposed to fit. I do have my Raiders black on today, though. Probably not the best wardrobe choice for me. Tano Raider says 3 shots for a dumb Giants fan. All right, I'll take some tequila. As PG comes in after he was just heckling me in the chat. Yeah, this is my show, dude. This is my show. Dumb Giants fan is on screen. Venthrak. This is your last chance to get your score predictions in. What do you win if you super chat and get a score prediction?
So if it's 50 or under, you get it right, beer bong.
50 and under, beer bong. 49.99. Where does that get you?
50 and over.
You heard the man, I think.
We don't know.
Couple shots.
A few shot skis. I can't even smell that right now.
I'm not going to lie. I woke up this morning.
Done.
I had to film that
Oh, I laughed because you said you got to get the crust out of your eyes. I felt the same way.
I'm like, my phone is buzzing. I'm like, that's not real. And I look and I'm like,
Holy
boss
shit.
calling.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do that quicker. You got to get that out of here.
All right. I owe 2 more for who? Reno?
Tano.
Why would you do? Oh, I get it. Tano Raider.
Tano. He's the guy. He's got the Raiders report tattooed on him. That's insane. He was like, "Here, check out my tattoo." And at first, all I saw was the Raiders logo, and then I was like, "Oh shit." Yeah, we got to put a cap on that. All right. Alex would be proud. Alex would be proud.
Woo!
All right, what's your score prediction? Did you already give it?
Yeah. No, I did not.
Okay.
24-20 Raiders, because I know Chuck's rigged it.
I did 23-20 Raiders, so we're pretty close.
Same size.
Hey. Same, but different. All right, y'all, we're going to get into our Madden simulation, huh? What? Yeah, it's about to go down. Levi, 23-19, and a first-time super chat from Levi Johnson.
I'll drink to that.
I got to put my headset in my shirt.
Yep, go ahead. Levi, first-time super chatters, we take a drink. Martin, he saw my video on the Titans wearing the Oilers jerseys.
The who?
The Titans are wearing the Oilers throwbacks, which is blasphemous because they left Houston like a bunch of cowards and changed to the Titans. And they're like, oh, yeah, but we can still wear Houston Oilers stuff.
No, you can't.
No.
That's like the Oakland Raiders wearing the Las Vegas Raiders wearing the Oakland Raiders.
Not at all. Not at all.
I don't think it's the same. I don't think it's the same.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Not same.
Who is that guy?
It's like the Thunder wearing
Sonics?
Supersonics jerseys.
Yeah, that's probably closer.
All right.
All right, y'all.
Who's ready for this Madden sim? If you're ready, type me in the chat right now. Raiders, Giants, Allegiant Stadium.
Oh, dude, I can't freaking wait. Scotland, JJ, Robert, Martin, R-Dog, 7. Speaking of 7, we got 730 people watching. Can we get to 500 likes? That's the number that I want to get to. 500 likes. Get the score predictions in. Chugs, hey, man, when you're ready, let's get this Madden
I'm ready to
simulation
rock.
going. My dad's excited for next week. Next week we play the Jets. My
Oh,
dad's a
yeah.
Jets fan, for those that don't know.
He said he's gonna
He's
put it on the
having a
TV.
party.
He's having a watch party.
Yes, he's inviting friends and family over, and he's going to do a watch party watching our Madden sim next week. He said he just got a brand new Jets jersey, and
Aaron Rodgers?
now it's a mangold. He's got the mangold jersey.
That's the old center, right?
Yeah, or I think so. He was definitely an offensive lineman. Number 74. That's all I know. All right, get those score predictions in. Final time here. And I'm ready to get this thing going. Let's just start right there. Let's try that out.
That's what I was thinking.
Cool. All right, you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Because it's about to happen.
Oh.
Tano Raider just in time. Said shot for Chugs, 27-23.
I'll finish my drink.
Raiders win. 27-23 Raiders win. It's a good score prediction. Shout out to Tano. What up, Husker?
Ooh.
What up? You ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, let's get this thing going right now. The New York Giants are traveling to Allegiant Stadium in today's Week 9 Madden simulation. I'm Mitchell Renz from Chat Sports, and you're watching the Raiders Report. Guess what? We're doing Madden Sims the entire season. Raiders are 5-3. Giants are 4-4. We're going to get a lot of Giants fans to come across this video. So guess what? I need y'all to be repping down in the comments. Who you got? LV for the Raiders or NYG for the Giants? And if you want to be an overachiever, get that score prediction flowing right now as it stands, because if the Raiders make the playoffs, I will show you all the playoff standings. The AFC West standings in our Madden Sim. Chiefs 7-1, Raiders 5-3, Chargers 4-3, the Broncos all the way down there at the bottom in 2 and 6. If you want to be able to watch more of our Raiders Madden simulations live, here's the schedule. Thursday is going to be the next game, Week 10 against the New York Jets. Then we're going to do another game on Friday, Week 11. Miami Dolphins, though, Chugs won't be here for that one. He actually won't be here for a few games. Then once we get into August, we will continue to stay live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then if they make the playoffs, we'll see what ends up happening because that's when the Raiders' real season gets underway. August 13th is their first preseason game. And if you want more videos, remember, we are that channel for you. So hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. Oh, man. Allegiant Stadium. It looks so good. Josh McDaniels can't believe that they're 5-3 as it stands right now. Daniel Jones, feeling a little bit cocky. What's funny is Saquon Barkley, the day that we are filming this video, signed his new deal, going to be out there playing. Barkley, Josh Jacobs, it's going to be a battle that I'm excited to see who comes out on top. Now, I will also say that because of the way our schedules work here, Marcus Peters will not be playing in today's game, even though he is signed. He will be, though, in our Week 10 sim against the New York Jets, so please keep that in mind. Jimmy Garoppolo has really struggled in these Madden sims, Chugs, especially in the red zone. I'm hoping that we get a little bit of a better turnout in this game against the Giants because, let's face it, the red zone offense has been, well, it's been cheeks. Let's call it what it is. Michael Mayer getting loosened up here has been taking over a little bit more for Austin Hooper in the past few weeks. We got 730 people watching. The other player that I know a lot of Raider fans are going to be watching today, Darren Waller, and his return to Allegiant Stadium, unless he's hurt and he's not playing in this game, but I don't know. It looks like the Raiders are going to be kicking this one off to get the game started, which means that they're going to be getting ball at halftime. Jacob Johnson, Marcus Epps, and Michael Mayer out on special teams. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Brian Dable, the guy the Raiders should have hired, opposite today of Josh McDaniels. Can't wait to see how this one ends up going down. Aiden O'Connell looking fresh in the 4 jersey, no doubt about it. Well, this is an interesting lineup out there on the field. Yeah, it's just Jordan Willis. Yeah, the one thing I love about Madden is just how wrong it is with simple things like this. But here we go anyway. The kick is away. Week 9 officially started. Going to be caught here at the 1-yard line. It's going to be returned all the way out to the 22, 23-yard line. Pretty solid return there by the New York Giants. And here comes Danny Dimes, fresh off his contract. 4 years, $160 million. And I want to know what's going to happen here on this drive. You think it's going to be a touchdown type TD, field goal, turnover, or punt? Let's get loud and proud down in the chat. Badass said, bro, baby Gronk gonna kill it. Let's effing go. I love me some baby Gronk, the real baby Gronk, Michael Mayer. That I don't know what that social media thing is. That's just a weird situation. But I agree. Mayer's going to be a hell of a tight end. He might not be great right away. He's going to be a top 5 tight end in the NFL, though, in 2 years. Daniel Jones under center. Are they going to give the ball to Saquon Barkley, who just signed a brand new deal? No. Going to drop back. Crosby pressured. And what a start. Spam those sacks. Max Crosby probably deserved the full sack there, giggity. But it's him, Tyree Wilson, doing their work. And, I mean, that's just set up by Max. And Wilson comes in and cleans it up. Probably lucky he didn't get a roughing the passer there. Probably lucky. Huge sack there for the Silver and Black. I see Robert Jansen, PG, Byron, Raider Rob, Scott Mays, all spamming sack right now. That's one hell of a start. Definitely the start that this Raiders defense is needed. And if you've been following along in our Madden Sim season, the defense for the Raiders has played great, man. Shotgun, Daniel Jones, running back to the left. Raiders going to bring some pressure. Jones throws quick. Waller caught. First down. F. Darren Waller. I mean, that one is just that's a good route. I don't know why Robert Spillane is the one covering Waller. It's definitely not what I would do. But Chugs is good at his job. That's all I know. I want to know how many simulations you ran to get Waller the first catch of the game. That's what I want to know. 1st and 10. Coming up here for the Raiders. You're an SOB. Oh, Chugs. 1st down and 10. Jones under center. Ball to 35. Handoff. Barkley. And he's going to break a few tackles. Oh, my Lord. What happened on that one? It looked like he was running on ice. Bouncing around here a little bit. Coming up here, 2nd down and 6 for the Raiders. Defense, 2nd and 6. Jones got some sort of bunch formation. Waller, bottom right hand of the screen. Crosby's going to get pressure again. And another huge sack here for Crosby. I mean, yeah, has struggled a little bit earlier on, but made quick work 2 times here back-to-back against the right tackle. Get those 98s going in the chat. And Jeremy, it's
3rd down.
Get the 98s up. Robert Jansen says, who woke up Crosby? I don't know. 3rd and 7. 3 to the right. Crosby beats his guy again. Oh. And it's a 1st down. Another big pickup by the Giants. This time it was Paris Campbell
Quick
on the
note,
outside.
Madden 23, no number zeros. So Paris Campbell's going to be wearing number 0 for the Giants. Wasn't an option in Madden.
Gotcha. But we'll get the new Madden once it comes out during the regular season. That way we can still do some Madden Sims because I know you guys have been enjoying these. What up, Carter? What up, Steven? What up, Die Hard Raider? Raiders, I mean, Crosby's having himself a hell of a drive, but the secondary's struggling a little bit here. Danny Dimes, shotgun, drops back. Raiders bring some pressure with Diablo. Oh, my Lord. Max Crosby is all over the football field. And a huge break up there. Lucky that one wasn't picked off. Ja'Cory and Bennett getting the start today. Bennett getting the start today. All right, I like it. 2nd down and 10 coming up. 5 minutes, 38 seconds to go here in this game. Ball's going to be at the 35-yard line. I don't know if I see Waller in the game. Oh, I do. He's in there. Crosby again with some pressure. Dude, I don't know what's going on. Crosby probably saw his Madden rating come out, and he's like, I'm better than that. Cole Beasley with the catch. I forgot that they got him. 4-yard pickup there by the Beazles. 3rd and 6. Can the Raiders get off the field, and can they force a field goal here? That's what we're looking at. Here we go. Divine Diablo looks like he's a little bit confused. Danny, nowhere to be found. And it's going to fall incomplete. And now it's 4th down. Scotland says Marcus Peters playing. No. The 24 in this game is David Long Jr. So we'll have Marcus Peters next week. Chugs ran the sim before the Raiders signed Peters. So it's just something to keep in mind. All right, here we go. You're looking at about a 47, 48-yard field goal attempt here by the Giants from the left hash. Kick is going to be up, and the kick is good. Giants get a field goal on their very first drive there. Definitely would have liked to get stops earlier in that drive, but at the end of the day, they were able to hold them to a field goal. So I'm going to consider that a win for the Raiders. I mean, Crosby's been insane. If you saw, on one of the last plays that just happened, they added the running back there to kind of chip block him a little bit, just because Crosby wasn't putting in that work. He's already got 4 QB pressures in today's game. Oh, boy. Trey Tucker back to get the kick. Over under at the 20-yard line. I'll know if you've been watching these Sims or not. Oh, just knee it. Thank the Lord. He looked like he was like, man, I might take this one out. Jimmy Garoppolo in the offense rolling out here onto the field. Michael Mayer getting the start at tight end. And as always, what's going to happen on the drive? If the Raiders are going to get a touchdown type TD, field goal turnover, or will it be a punt? I don't know. Jacobs out there in the game. Jacoby Myers. Looks like Hunter Renfrow, Devontae Adams. So no surprises early on here. The Raiders need to score, and they need to score effectively in the red zone. That's been their problem this entire Madden season. The other problem is, I don't know where Colton Miller is, but his little brother's in the game, and we got to hit that upgrade button. Garoppolo, power I formation, 2 to the right, running backs, Jacobs with the fullback, Jacob Johnson. Handoff left side, Jacobs breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and refuses to go down, picks up 8. That was a motivated run there by Jacobs, and he probably saw what Saquon Barkley did on his first run, just getting juggled around, and said, hey, you got 4 yards, I'm going to get 8. 2nd down and 2 coming up. Now, for me, I like the Raiders' ability to take some shots down the field. However, 2nd down and 2, you don't have a quarterback that can do it great. Looks like they're probably going to run the rock here yet again. Garoppolo under center, and it's another handoff left side to Jacobs, and he's running strong today. 2 carries, 12 yards, and a Raiders first down. Will the Raiders beat the Giants in Week 9? Let me know your comments. Let me know your ideas down below. We got 608 people watching, yet only 479 likes. If you haven't already, click that like button. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Garoppolo shotgun. They're going to send Jacoby Myers in motion. Garoppolo drops back. Giants bring 4. Middle of the field, wide open. Adams, too easy. All the way down to the 40-yard line. Jimmy G finds number 17 for 23, and that is a Raiders first down, baby. Let's go. That's a big pickup there, Sean. I see you. Too easy from AP, 209. A big old Raiders and a first down from Matthew Yoakum. Silver, black 31, Mr. Jansen. What is up? Okay, Chugs, I like this question. Is Jimmy G better than Daniel Jones? Type Y for yes, or I want you to type N for no. Let me know. First down and 10 coming up. Ball at the 40-yard line. Mayer in at tight end. Garoppolo drops back, looks, throws. Open again. It's Adams. I mean, if they're going to play zone and they're going to have a linebacker on Adams, they're going to lose that matchup every single time. But the Raiders' offense has been able to move the ball in these games, but they have not been able to convert once they have gotten into the red zone. And now they're in the red zone. So will the Raiders get a touchdown here? I sure hope so. My score prediction was 23-20. Still available. And the fact that you're laughing makes me nervous. First down at 10. Ball at the 17.5. Garoppolo under center. Handoff. Jacobs makes a few guys miss. Gains 2 yards. So early on, you've seen the Raiders not be afraid to run the football. Bass Addict Fanatic Mitch, only one nation, cheers to you. Bass Addict Fanatic, cheers to you, my guy. That's a mouthful of a name. Say that 3 times fast. Garoppolo under center. Adams and Myers left side, and it's another handoff to Jacobs on the left, and he's going nowhere. Gains only 1, and now the Raiders are in a tough 3rd down and 7 position. Tackle made by Davis. 2 minutes and 22 seconds to go here in the first quarter of action. Both teams have all 3 of their timeouts. And I can just see how this is trending. Trending in a field goal direction. Garoppolo drops back, throws, caught, first down Raiders. Jacoby Myers, first down. Jimmy G today, 3 of 3 for 57 yards. And a huge Raiders first down. I mean, it's a really clean pocket. Myers beats his guy, Adoree Jackson, I believe that's who that is, and is now going to be setting up the Raiders first and goal at about the 6-yard line here. Oh, boy. Are we really going to get a touchdown? I hope, man. Come on, Raiders. First down and goal, minute 45 to go. Ball's at the 3, so I wasn't even close. Garoppolo, power I. Zamir White's in the game. Zamir White gets the pitch. And it's a touchdown, Raiders. Zamir White, touchdown. Oh, man, that might have been a message to Jacobs. Touchdown, Zamir. Get those Zeus's. Get those 35s in the chat. Touchdown, Zamir White. You love to see it. This is just a troll of a game if I've ever seen it. First catches by Darren Waller, and now it's a touchdown, Zamir. How many sims did you run? Jeremy, you don't want to know. 6-3. Raiders got the lead. Extra point pending here by Daniel Carlson. Kicks up. Kick is good. 7-3 ball game. 8 plays, 75 yards. A very impressive first drive there by the Las Vegas Raiders. Is Chugs playing? No, Chugs doesn't play. He doesn't play. It's literally just a simulation. The only thing that he plays is God. He's God, technically, in these Madden Sims. How many touchdowns for Zeus this year? How many touchdowns for Zamir White? Is that how you spell Zeus? Yeah, it's the E before the U. Yep. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I don't think that's right. Hey, at least it was worth a try. Returns out of the end zone here, and he's going to get taken down. No, he's going to make a few guys miss, and probably down to the 26-yard line. How many touchdowns for Zeus this upcoming season? Steve Muerte Knee, we got 4, 5, and 3. I might. What? Zeus? I don't know. You're going to have to slack it to me. 7-3, Raiders got the lead, and then it looks like that they're showing a blitz here, which I like. Tyree Wilson and Chandler Jones in the game. Handoff Jacobs, and he gets rocked. I believe that was by Nate Hobbs. 2nd down and 5. Trevon Merrick, 2nd down and 5, coming up for the New York Giants. Minute 10 to go here. Let's get some D's in the chat. Get some D's in the chat. Get some D's in the chat. 2nd and 5. Jones, shotgun. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Raiders going to bring 4. Oh, man, and I think this is going to be a touchdown. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Raiders. Paris Campbell just roasts Nate Hobbs for a touchdown, Giants. I mean, that was too easy. Get out of here. What are you doing? Get away from me.
Here we go, Giants. Here we go. Ooh, ooh.
That was tough. I mean, that was nothing really all that special. Hits top speed of 22 miles per hour, and Campbell does the rest. I mean, as soon as I saw that he had that much separation, yeah, I mean, that was doomed. That sucked. That was tough. Raiders scored with a Zamir White touchdown. The backup running back for the Raiders. No, he's in the game. He didn't get the touchdown. Giants score, makes this one 10-7, and a lot of scoring early on here. Yeah, Matt, who the is that guy? That's our host. That's our host for our Giants show. He might be new here. Matt O might be new here. What up, Raider Rob? What up, Chet? What up, Roger? Ooh, quick question for you. Chugs wants to know, what's the best stadium food? See, I'm a big chicken tender basket guy as well because you also get fries. Yep.
Soft pretzel.
Oh, Trey Tucker returning it out of the end zone. I can't stand it. Soft pretzel? That's an awful take. A soft pretzel. I'm not saying that they're not good, but the best stadium food you're going to get. You would choose a soft pretzel over chicken tenders.
I would choose the chili cheese dog over chicken tenders.
Oh, that might be even worse. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't want a messy. No, absolutely not. Note to self: don't ever eat at a game with Jeremy. That's all I heard. Nachos or a hot dog are classics from Husker Raider. I don't know. Here we go. Garoppolo looks right through the hands of Michael Mayer. Yeah, Patrick B., you're going to have to talk to your guy. I mean, imagine that, though. Mayer's first opportunity in the game against Darren Waller. And it goes right through his hands. He's got a catch in this game. He's got a catch. Huge first down. Second down and 10. Garoppolo looks. Oh, my goodness. Almost a pick six. Already. I mean, that was Mayer drops one. Garoppolo just did his best to try to throw a pick six. And now it's 3rd down and 10. Come on, Raiders. 3 to the right. Mayer to the left. Garoppolo's going to drop back. He's looking. Back. Oh, my Lord. A 3 and out. 3 and out. I'll tell you this. If Garoppolo is able to throw a football 50 yards from his back foot, there's no way that he's throwing 50 yards back foot. That was bad. That was Giants score quickly. You had a 3 and out, and now you're going to give the football right back to them. 32 seconds to go here in the first quarter of action. Kick is away, and a really short field coming up here for the Giants. Already going to be not quite in Raiders territory, but ball's going to be at the 48-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense. Oh, man. Come on, Raiders. Let's go. Raiders need a stop. That's all I know. Got to get a stop. Looks like Tyree Wilson, Bilal Nichols, Neil Farrell Jr., Crosby all in the game. I'm also realizing now that they don't have tattoos. It's week 9. I'm just realizing there's no tattoos in Madden. Wonder why that is. Daniel Jones, shotgun. Handoff, Barkley, and a really good tackle there. Decided to run directly into the corner. I don't think he saw him. He must not have seen him because he had an open lane. Oh, James Robinson gets in the game? Yeah, it's. You think he gets cut? Really interesting. And that's going to do it. That's the end of the first quarter. The Giants have the lead 10-7. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Turn on those notifications if you want more live simulations from myself and Jeremy. And if you're looking for more Raiders news and rumors, we got you covered as well. 2nd down and 9. Barkley, handoff, right side. And he's going to go down 3rd down and 5 coming up here.
The 3rd down.
Get the stops, get the 3s in the chat. Come on, Raiders. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Ball at the 46-yard line. A stop here is huge. Jones looking, throws to absolutely nobody.
This game's so realistic.
That was bad. I think he heard the Crosby footsteps. Crosby's been all over him today. Crosby's got 1.5 sacks today, plus a few quarterback pressures. And they're going to try a field goal. It's like a 66-yard field goal. I don't know. This game tries field goals that land in the end zone all the time. Did he make that? Did he make that? I have no idea. I think he was short. No good. It's no good. It was good from 65, but not 66. No good. People are typing ducks in the chat. That wasn't a duck. That's just a missed 65-yard field goal. Like, maybe they're talking about Jones's 65-yard field goal attempt. Imagine a guy kicking a field goal from the helmet of the Raiders. That's some Sebastian Janikowski type of shit. But now the Raiders got the ball in the Giants' territory, and it's a handoff Jacobs left side. I mean, I think the Raiders have run the ball 5 times with Jacobs, and 4 out of the 5 have been to the left. But that first run by Josh went for 8 yards. Since then, not a lot going for the Raiders on the ground. Oh, Janikowski's sinking that. Janikowski, does he bang that one through? Y for yes, and for no. 675 people watch him. Garoppolo drops back. Flag. I don't know if they ended up catching it. Just roughing the passer? Holding on the offense. It better not be Jermaine. On Colton Miller, who's smaller than Josh Jacobs. That's probably why. Miller with the hold. Remember, y'all, if you're looking for free Raiders videos, subscribe. Handoff. Jacobs breaks a tackle and gets a yard. 3rd down and 18. The play calling here by McDaniels has gone way, way too conservative since that first touchdown. A says, I hate this holding call. Yeah, I didn't like it either. I didn't see it. 3rd and 18, Garoppolo, shotgun. Looks like Adams and Myers are on the right side. He's going to drop back. He's going to look. Oh, boy. And he's going to go down. He's going to get sacked. Big sack there by the Giants. I believe that was... Yeah, I'll say Aziz. I was going to say BJ, but that wasn't right. Aziz Ojulari with the sack. And it's another 3-and-out by the Raiders. Back-to-back 3-and-outs after a great 8-play, 75-yard touchdown drive. Not what we were hoping for there. I know you had an opportunity there. You get put back with the penalty. Yeah, that was shitty. And now we're punting it. I mean, the fact that Carlson's punting this ball from the 20 when the Raiders started. What did I say? Carlson? A.J. Cole? My bad. I mean, he flipped the field really nice. That's a hell of a punt by A.J. Cole. Ball now is going to be 1st down and 10 at the 20. Can the Raiders defense get another stop with Daniel Dimes walking out here onto the field? Who? Vanilla Vic. I like it. All right, 10-7 is the score. Quick question. Who's going to win the NFC East? I like it. Who's going to win the NFC East? Let Chugs and I know. Chugs says the Eagles. You're probably right. Jones drops back, looks. Pressured again. Throws it quick, caught. Waller, 1st down, Giants. Jones today, 5 of 8 for 132 yards and a touchdown. Definitely, Raiders got to get a stop here. Come on, Raiders. Come on, Raiders. I know, we're looking around here for answers, and they don't have many answers right now. 10-7 is the score. 630 people are watching our live stream here. Chandler Jones, Tyree Wilson, and Max Crosby all on the field at the same time. Jones going to drop back, throws quick, caught. And it's going to be a gain of about 9. Jones today, 6 of 9 for 141 yards. 6 of 9 for 141. What up, Jersey boy? About time for Waller to break his toe. Oh, jeez. He'd probably sing about it, though. 2nd and 1. Come on, Raiders. 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go here. Both teams have all 3 of their timeouts. Ball at the 39-yard line. Jones, power I formation. Handoff, no. Fake handoff. Danny looks, throws deep, and he throws it out of bounds. 3rd down and 1. It's got to be a run play here, right?
It's
got to be a run play here.
3rd down.
Get loud in the chat. Get loud in the chat. Ball at the 39. Empty. Set. Jones looks pressured. Got to get rid of it, and he dropped it. Really good pass break up there by Nate Hobbs. Honestly, Jones probably should have tucked that and ran it. That's probably what he should have done. Chugs, can you take over for like 2 minutes? I got to go grab something real quick. Chugs going to take over. He's going to do this for a little bit. So shout out to Jeremy for taking over the...
Woo! Here we go. And Giants going to punt it away. Couple punts. Back and forth, back and forth. The defensive game after some early scoring. Can the Raiders score on this drive? Let me know. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen on this drive? Get some TDs flowing in the chat. Let me see them TDs. As after a good start, like we said, Jimmy G and the offense has slowed down. What do you think is going to happen on this drive? As they set up, 2 receivers to the right, 2 tight ends to the left, single back, Josh Jacobs. Jimmy G is going to pass the ball, finds Devontae Adams underneath for a gain of 4. Jimmy G, 4 of 7, 61 yards so far. 3 of those to Devontae Adams for 49 yards. Alan Spice said he better be or else, Chugs. One receiver each side, two tight ends, single back for the Raiders. Jimmy G takes a snap. It's going to be a pass over the middle, and he's going to find Davante Adams again. First down, Raiders. After a slow little bit of drives for the Raiders, great back-to-back catches by Davante Adams. 17 is cooking. Get those 17s in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. First down, Raiders. Woo! That'll get some juice in you. That'll get some juice in you. Suck it, Marsh. Giants up 10-7. 3.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Jimmy G under center, single back. Davante Adams in the slat. It's going to be a handoff to Josh Jacobs. He's only going to get about 3 yards, though. 7 rushes for 20 yards. Can the Raiders score again in the red zone? This has been their Achilles heel all season in Madden. Under 3 minutes left. Jimmy G, single back formation, 2 tight ends to the left. Davante Adams, it's going to be a play action pass. And he misses him wide open, Davante Adams. How can you do that in Madden, Jimmy G? Oh my goodness. This is going to lead to a pivotal 3rd and 7 for this Raiders offense. They need to pick it up. Let's go, Raiders. 3rd and 7, shotgun, 3 receivers to the left, Josh Jacobs to his right. It's going to be a pass play. Jimmy G's looking. He's looking, and he just throws it out of bounds. Jimmy freaking G, what are you doing? And looks like they're going to send Carlson out. Oh my goodness. What an awful throw by Jimmy G. You gotta step up in those types of moments. Daniel Carlson out to kick. It's being a 49-yard attempt. And it's true. Raiders tie it up at 10 in the second quarter. Type those FGs. I mean, you wanted a touchdown out of that drive. Upsetting. You had some good momentum, back-to-back catches by Davante Adams. And then just an awful throw on 3rd down by Jimmy G, or on 2nd down by Jimmy G. Allen says Chugs on thin ice. Hey, I'm not the one playing. I'm just running the Sims. As Raiders set to kick it off. 2.5 minutes left in the second quarter. And the Giants are going to take it out of the end zone. He's going, and he just makes it right before the 25-yard line to the 24. Tyrod Taylor showing something on that iPad to Daniel Jones. Does he see something in the Raiders' defense? Can he help Daniel Jones crack the code that is the Raiders' defense? We have to see on this drive. Let's go. Let's get some stops in the chat. Huge drive for this Raiders defense. Offense just tied it up. Can they hold this Giants defense or this Giants offense? Daniel Jones takes a snap from shotgun. Max Crosby almost getting there. Oh, and a pass to rookie Jalen Hyatt for 20 yards. Max Crosby's been getting great pressure in today's Madden game, but not quick enough. Jalen Hyatt on the 20-yard reception. The Giants' new wide receiver 1 they drafted out of Rocky Top, Tennessee. And I believe that's going to take us close to the 2-minute warning. 2:12, 2:11, 2:10. One play left.
And Daniel Jones, shotgun. 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning coming up, 10-10 ball game. Raiders get ball at half, though. So that's really important. So if you're able to get a stop here, then you get ball back at half. It's going to set you up. Raiders, Waller, middle of the field, 2nd down and 7, tackle made. F the Wallers in the chat. F the Wallers in the chat. I know, I think people are starting to think that you and I play these games, but we don't. That could be a fun thing in the future. What if we did like a me against you Madden game and they pick our plays? Jones looking, pressured, caught by Hyatt. What a catch on Duke Shelley. I mean, that's just back shoulder. I'm taller than you, and that's just your guy going up and making a play. Like, for Jones to make this throw with Crosby breathing down his neck, I mean, that's just back shoulder. That's nice. I mean, that's a beautiful throw by Jones, and it's a great catch by Hyatt. Back to back. You got to hold the Giants here to a field goal. Ball to 22. Jones, shotgun. Going to drop back. Looking. Throws to the running back. Tackle made by Trevon Merrick and company. 2nd down and 6. Dable uses his very first timeout. 2nd down and 6. You guys are confusing me back there.
Marshall just asked me if the player on his own team was named James Robinson.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought we were talking about Jalen Hyatt. Jones looks. Pressured again. And he was able to get rid of it to J-Rob. 3rd down and 4 coming up. Let's go. Let's get the threes.
It's the 3rd down.
Get the threes in the chat. Wow, Marshall just said, our Giants host, $50 super chat, and he'll do a beer bong. $50 for a beer bong. Make the Giants fan drink. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Jones drops back, pressured again. Able to find his receiver, Cole Beasley. Timeout, Giants. The amount of throws that Jones has made running to that side due to the pressure from Max, it's just, Neal's getting cooked. Evan Neal is getting cooked. Yeah. Yeah, you might have to. Raiders showing blitz. I know. It honestly looks like there's too many guys on the field. There had to have been too many. And Nate Hobbs with the sack. I think there was 12 players on the field. I actually think that there was more than what there should have been. Somebody go back and count, if you could. Robert Jansen says 13. Was there actually 13 players on the field? Because it looked like there was a lot. Marshall's going to count. It's legal. He's got documentation. I am 12. No, there was, we counted. There was 11. Jones, 2nd and goal from the 20. Pressured again. He's got to throw it out of bounds. Crosby, the Condor, all over him today. And it's 3rd and goal.
It's 3rd down.
Tato Raider. Yeah, it's a beer bong, not a boot. Yeah, not a boot. Beer bong. Ball to 19. Jones drops back. Pressured. That's what we like to see. On 3rd and goal, you check it down. 8 seconds to go. Final timeout by the Giants. And that's a big one. Being able to hold them here to a field goal, that's a huge win for the Silver and Black. Now, sure, you're probably going to go down to half, 13-10, but you do get ball to start the second half. I also love my prediction right now, 23-20. It's looking solid. Man, kick is up, and the kick is good. 13-10.
Tato Raider, you're a legend, brother. Let's go. Big Blue.
Let's go, Raiders. Taking down a beer bong shot fun from Tato Raider. Cold. I think that's the hardest part about shot funs. They have to be cold. We learned that the hard way, or at least Harry did. If you do a warm shot fun, it literally explodes everywhere, so you got to do it ice cold. Trey Tucker. Oh, he's loose all the way to the 25. What a return. And that's going to do it. Here we go. Coming up, second half action. Raiders, Giants, 13-10 ball game. Shout out to Tano Raider, man, for being a legend. Allen, probably. Halftime show? I don't know if we have a halftime show. What? Who? What the heck's that? Oh, really? I didn't know. I don't know. Next game is going to be Thursday against the Jets. And, guys, this is an important one. My dad's a Jets fan, and he's having friends and family over to his house to watch this one. So we got to be ready to go on Thursday. That's all I'm saying. We got to be ready to go on Thursday. We're going to have to a lot of Raiders chants going when the Raiders take down the Jets week 10 on technically what that game that's technically a Sunday night football game, right? Yeah, week 10. It might be the other game we got to Vegas for. All right, second half's getting started here. Raiders down 13-10. Trey Tucker. Oh, he made a guy miss. He's getting better. The 23. That shiftiness. Showing that he was worth the Waller trade. First down and 10. Come on, Jimmy G. So the Raiders scored a touchdown on their very first drive, and really not too much has happened since then. That first drive was 8 plays, 75 yards, resulted in a touchdown. Tommy, that is correct. I was an intern. Garoppolo, shotgun, 3 to the left. Handoff, Jacobs left side. I mean, they continue to run to the left side with Jacobs, and ever since that first carry for 8 yards, his next 7 has gone for 14. Not doing a lot. Second down and 8 coming up here. Garoppolo, this is, if I'm the Raiders here, I'm looking at the soft coverage on the top left of my screen, and that's where they go. Third down and 5. A little bit of a late hit, right? I wanted to see a flag. Adams, 5 for 93 in this game. Third and 5. Do you look for Renfrow? Boy, more touchdowns. Jacoby Myers or Adams? Type 17 or type 16? I mean, I'm going to go 17. Garoppolo throws, middle of the field, caught. First down, Michael Mayer. Makes up for the big drop that he had earlier in this game, and now has a clutch first down pickup, which I'm telling you, I can guarantee you the amount of times that the announcers talk about, myself included, Michael Mayer in this game, or even Trey Tucker with Darren Waller on the opposite side, it's going to be a lot of people. What up, Patrick? Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of 17s in the chat. I'm with you. Here we go, Garoppolo under center. Looks like tight end to the left and to the right. 2 tight end set. And this time Jacobs runs right side and gains only 3. I mean, the people who run the football in Madden, are cowards to me. If you run the football in Madden, I don't know. I'm passing every play. Every play I pass. Good to know. Unless it's 4th down and 1. That's a fullback dive. Garoppolo drops back. Giants bring some pressure. He's got to throw quickly, and it's caught by Mayer. I think that somebody ran the wrong route because Jacobs and Mayer were both in the exact same spot on that play. But anyway, first down coming up here, hopefully for the Raiders. 3rd down and 2. My question to the nation is this. If you don't get it, do you go for it? I'll tell you what, though. That's a long 2 yards. That looks like 3rd and 4. Jimmy G throws quick, and it's caught by Jacoby, and he's thrown down, but it's for a Raiders. First down. Here we go. Big first down pickup. Harry, the Bears worked out a player. I don't know who he is, though. First down at 10. Come on, Raiders. Get in the end zone here. In Giants territory, Adams all by himself, top left. Bunches right formation. Garoppolo is going to throw it short. Did he get his feet in? He did. Second down and 5 coming up here for Las Vegas. Jacoby Myers. Husker Raider said, I made Latavius Murray an MVP in 17 Madden on All-Pro. Run all day. Really? I don't know. I don't run the football. I don't. Garoppolo. Handoff, left side, Jacobs, of course. And he's going to get 3. Third down and 2, averaging 2.8 yards per carry. I mean, there's just not a lot going right now. This is, wow, the Raiders worked out a lot of players today. So the Raiders worked out Abram Smith, Benny Snell, Nick Thurman, and Forrest Merrill. Who the F is Nick Thurman and Forrest Merrill? Honest question. Who is Nick Thurman? Nick, yeah, take this over for a second here.
And they're going to go for it.
They are going to go for it on 4th down and 2. Handoff, Jacobs doesn't get it. Unbelievable.
Oh, my. That was just awful blocking.
Yeah, that's not good. So Nick Thurman, defensive tackle. This might surprise you. He has played with the New England Patriots. And then the other player was Forrest Merrill. I'm going to be honest. I don't know either of these players. Merrill? Forrest Merrill stats. Let me just see here real quick. So Merrill, yeah, another defensive tackle. So 2 defensive tackles here that the Raiders also brought in for workouts. The Raiders worked out defensive tackles Nick Thurman and Forrest Merrill today. 1st and
10. Daniel Jones is going to hand it off to Saquon, and he's going to get 9 on the first down carry. Saquon having more success than Josh Jacobs so far, maybe because he signed his contract.
Maybe. Maybe.
It's going to be 2nd and 1, 49-yard line. Huge possession right here for the Giants. They can make it a 2-score game. Raiders defense needs a stop. Single back formation, Daniel Jones, 3 tight ends. You know he's going to hand it off to Saquon for a first down. Only 2 yards, but he gets the first.
1st down and 10 coming up here for the New York Giants in a game that, you go to 6 and 3, Jeremy. That's such a big difference than 5 and 4. I mean, that's like even the fact that the Raiders lost last week against the Lions. I mean, that's 6 and 2 compared to 5 and 3. I mean, you're talking about big different swings there. But hey, if the Giants win, they would go to 5 and 4. Raiders drop down to 5 and 4. Jones looks wide open, caught, first down, Giants. Brian Dable right now is in his freaking bag. In his bag. Crosby has at least 12 QB pressures today. That's not an exaggeration. That's nuts. 1st down and 10, Sterling Shepard, the product out of Oklahoma, picks up a huge first down there. I liked him a lot coming out of college, too. Good route runner. Good route runner. Here we go. Handoff. Barkley. No. Jones keeps it. Faked me out. Finds his tight end, number 83. I believe that was a tight end. Cager? I don't know. Will you go to any Raiders games this year? It's a great question. Brandon Jasper, sorry I'm late to the party, but locals for the best content, personal interaction. If you're watching this live, which all y'all are right now, Cole Beasley first down. I'm going to be live tomorrow on Locals, answering your questions. I go live every single Wednesday in the month of July, that is. I'll be going live Monday and Wednesday in August, and then as the season goes. But it's a more personal platform where you guys can ask me questions, no graphics. It's like a laid-back podcast style. But head on over to RaidersReport.locals.com if you want to be able to tune in to all of our shows over there. First out of 10, ball at the 19. Handoff, and he's going nowhere. Barkley, 7 of 29. I mean, I feel like both teams have done a really good job in this game to prevent the running backs from having success. Point blank simple. Second down and 10. Can the Raiders defense get another stop? Ball to 19. Jones, shotgun. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Raiders bring some pressure. It is a screen. I mean, Chandler Jones read that. Maybe. Good. I will say, though, it's been weird. Every time that, even like when the Raiders got into the red zone, Zamir White came in. So I don't know if it's a Madden thing. 3rd and 10. Yep, no Barkley in there. 3 to the right. Throws. And it's broken up. Paris Campbell, you're too small. Too small. Too small. 4th down and 10 coming up. That was big. I mean, this is still a one-possession ball game. Oh, I forgot they had Tyrod Taylor. Or Tyrod. I don't know. I know. I mean, that was like I saw Alvin Kamara like 2 days ago say that his mom calls him, I was like, Alvin Kamara. And he's like, I go by Alvin Kamara. Yeah, I was like, I don't care. I don't know. I mean, people are like Mitch and Mitchell, but to me, that's totally different than Alvin Kamara and Alvin Kamara. He's like, I don't care what you call me. It's literally tomato, tomato. (16-10) is the score. Raiders here got to figure out their offense, which if you've watched our Madden sims, it really shouldn't surprise anybody that this team can't do anything in the second half because that's where they've struggled. It's realistic. I'll give them that. Here we go. Trey Tucker gets out to the 23-yard line. Ooh, 24. My bad. 57 seconds. Both teams have all 3 of their timeouts, and here comes the Raiders offense walking out onto the field. Byron, once McDaniels fired. The thing is, they're 5-3, right? Like, I don't care if the Raiders offense is ranked dead last in the NFL. If they're 5-3, McDaniels might be coach of the year. All right, here we go. Jimmy Garoppolo, power I, formation. Will the Raiders run it here? And they will. And they're going to pick up 4 yards. It's Jacobs, who's got 12 carries for 31 yards today. The only touchdown that's been scored by the Silver and Black, Zamir White came in, got the touchdown. 16-10, here we go. Garoppolo, shotgun. Looks like Austin Hooper and Michael Mayer, bottom right-hand side of the screen, and it's a handoff. Jacobs! Oh, man, he was so close to busting that one open. Really good tackle there by the Giants defender, Xavier McKinney, the safety, because I really thought that one was going to go. I thought he was about to take that one. First down and 10 for Las Vegas, and that might be the final play here of the third quarter as the clock continues to tick down. The Raiders are going to be down 16-10. Can Jimmy G get one more playoff? I would encourage him to, and he's unable to do it. Fourth quarter coming up. Get those 4s in the chat. Come on, Raiders. We need this one. This is a big win here. Big win. Ball at the 34. Garoppolo under center. Power I formation. Fake handoff to Jacobs, and he's going to throw it short to him. They're going to get 3 yards. 2nd down and 7 coming up. Jimmy G, 11 of 17, 134 yards. Jacobs' first catch, though, of the game. El Loco Uno spamming LFG offense. You know what? Let's take a book here from El Loco. If you want to shout out here on the Raiders Report, spam LFG offense right now. 2nd and 7. Garoppolo looks. Pressured, scramble, throws. And he throws it right to the Giants defender. Intercepted. I mean, that is just textbook bad play there by Garoppolo. I mean, it was just he got pressured, he scrambled, and just threw that one up for grabs. The rookie out of Maryland. Was a big fan of Banks, but man, that was a shitty throw. Also, I'm going to say the LFG offenses didn't work. What up, PG, Josh Childs, Raider X? Never mind, El Loco. That's on me. That's on me. LA Crash Dog.
Hey, Mitch, you know what I like to do
Todd Walker.
when my football team wins? It's drink. $50 super chat. I got another beer, bong, shotgun.
Beer bong shotgun for another 50 piece. Dude, James Robinson handoff. I think Barkley's hurt. I don't know, but the Giants got 250 total yards. Diablo with his 2nd tackle in the game. 16-10. Jones, empty backfield. Oh, man. Darren Waller, Divine Diablo. Darren Waller and Divine Diablo. That makes me nervous. Beasley again. Danny's really just cutting up this team. I mean, Beasley today, 4 for 28. And that's what he does. That's what he does. Who? Also true. I actually didn't even think about that. 3rd down and 3. I know Saquon was like, hey, you guys realize you paid me, right? Barkley handoff up the middle. And it's a big 1st down for the Giants. But, I mean, you gotta give the Raiders defense some credit here. They have been on the field for so much of this game. Like, the Raiders offense has just been bad. Since that first drive, they've had 2 or 3 3-and-outs, a really bad turnover there by Garoppolo, and the fact that the Raiders defense has held them to the amount of field goals, like, they've given up one big play. One big play. In his bag, it's 6. They have 16. 16. Ball at the 29-yard line. Jones, shotgun, handoff. Barkley. No, it's James again. Sorry. James Robinson. Feed that man. I love it. He doesn't. Robinson's got 3 carries. Barkley, I want to say, has got 10. Yeah, yeah, that's Saquon. 2nd down and 8. 600 people watching. If you haven't already, click that like button. Jones throws it short. Really good job to get your feet in. Who the hell was that? Cager. I literally am like, I don't know who that is. 3rd down and 5. I don't know about that one. Ball to 23. Yep. Crosby gets pressure. Picked! Nate Hobbs! Picked off! What a play! Oh, the Raiders defense is saving the offense. F Marsh, 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 F Marsh. Shout out to Nate Hobbs, big interception. What? No, that's big, man. Daniel Jones, we knew you'd come around.
This game's so realistic.
We knew you'd come around there, Danny Dimes. 16-10. Will the Raiders frickin' score? My God. Come on, Las Vegas. Adams in the slot. That's definitely something I'm going to look at. Garoppolo drops back, looking, gets pressured, and I mean gets wrecked. I don't know if he's getting up after that. He's getting up, though. He's getting up. 2nd down and 10. Both teams have all 3 of their timeouts. Raiders had one great drive and just nothing since then. Ball to 21. Jimmy G looks, throws, caught. Jamal Jacoby. I literally said Jamon Jacoby together. Ball to 37. Myers 4 for 41. Honestly, let's put Crosby out there. Throw one up to him. 1st down and 10. Nice little slant. Nice little slant. Here we go. Yep, Bobby McCain. Come on, Raiders. Come on, Raiders. Show me those TDs, man. Well, the numbers aren't always right. Garoppolo, shotgun. 3 to the right. Handoff, Jacobs. And he's going to get, 3 yards on that. That's generous. Great spot. I thought he gained at most 1. I'll take it, though. Great spot. Jamon, Mitch. Paul Anthony. That's good. Jamon. 2nd and 7. Ball at the 41-yard line. Garoppolo, fake handoff to Jacobs. Looks, he's got all day. Scrambling, throws back. Oh, my Lord. And Mayer got just roasted. Garoppolo will never throw 40 yards across the body, across the field. I know. I hope Jimmy G has this strong of an arm during actual regular season football. Willie, where can you get the chain? I think you just go to Amazon. Kevon Thibodeau with the sack on Jimmy G, and the Raiders' offensive woes continue. It's been a rough day today for Colton Miller. It's been a rough day for Miller. Probably if Miller was the right size, he would have been able to block him. Unbelievable. You're not going. That doesn't matter with Madden. Madden does. I know, it's weird. The way your defense has been playing, you gotta punt it here. I hate it, but you gotta. Tackle made. All right, here we go. 1st down and 10. Can the defense get another stop? First down and 10. 16-10 is the score. 3 minutes and 22 seconds remaining. I know. You guys are driving me nuts over here. Will the Raiders beat the Giants in Week 9? Ball to 26. Danny. Shotgun. 2 to the right. Or 3. Looks. Finds his. Oh, dropped it. It's a great hit there. Great hit to jar it free. David Gentry, Super Chat. Thank you, my good sir. Thank you, my good sir. I almost feel like we have a better chance of scoring on defense. Yeah, Barkley apparently says, I'm good. Crosby, pressure! Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you what, Crosby's got to have 6, 7. He's got to have 15 pressures. 3rd down and 10, let's go! If the Raiders' defense is this good, they're winning 10 games this year. 3rd down and 10. Jones drops back. Raiders bring a linebacker blitz with Spillane. Checks it down to Barkley. And it's going nowhere. This is a brutal game. This is a brutal game. Come on. Oh, man. 16-10. The Giants placed 29 passes, 11 rushes. Here we go. DeAndre Carter back to receive it. Caught, and he gains an inch. What up, Gentry? Was that a smart move to sign that new running back and JJ? I don't know what new running back that they signed. They worked out 2 running backs today, if that's what you're talking about. The kid from the XFL, Abram, and they also worked out Benny Snell. Nobody signed. In terms of the latest on Jacobs, he is not in Las Vegas, and his holdout continues. L.I. Raider, this will be a rough game for us Raider fans in New York. Why? Yep. Throw, caught, Mayer. And he's going to get about 7 yards here. I think it's going to be a good game, Mayer, or L.I. Yeah. The great D by the silver and black here. And it's going to go to the 2-minute warning. Who you got? LV for the Raiders or NYG for the New York Giants? Are we going to get another miracle win for this team? Here we go. Garoppolo drops back, looks, throws, middle field, caught, first down Raiders. Come on, hurry it up here a little bit. Minute 54 to go. Mayer is 4th grab, 28 yards in the ball game today. Come on, Raiders. Now, here's the thing, though. You don't want to give them too much time. Yeah, you got to tick, 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 tick. 3 to the right. Renfrow handed in the dirt. Why? Garoppolo looks, throws, caught. Oh, here we go. First down, Jacobs. Ball up to the 45. That's all right. Let the clock continue to tick, tick, tick. You can't leave him too much time here. Get the LVs in the chat. Paul Anthony, Jamon, I know. Minute 10. Garoppolo drops back looking all day, throws it short again. Jacob, oh! Josh Jacobs puts the ball on the turf. Puts the ball on the turf. What a play there by Lawrence, though. Be able to punch that ball free. What a disaster. That's why. I guess that's why he's not getting paid. He's still got 3 timeouts. It's not over. It's not over. You got 3 timeouts. You get a quick stop here. You're good. If you get a first down, though, game's over. Jones, handoff, Barkley, and that's a big run. 2nd down and 3, timeout Raiders. That was a big hit. Timeout Raiders. 2 timeouts left. 2nd down and 3. 16-10. You got to get 2 stops. If you're the Raiders, I mean, you got to sell out. What are we doing? Get more guys near the line of scrimmage. Jones, handoff, Barkley. And it's going to come down to this. 3rd down and 1.
The 3rd down.
Gentry, yes. I do think that Zamir White's going to get snaps. I'm going to say he gets close to 75, 80 touches this upcoming season. 3rd down and 1. If the Raiders going to stop, the game continues. If they don't, it's over. What are we doing defensively? Get near the line of scrimmage. Handoff Barkley game. That's on Patrick Graham. How do you not have, you have 5 guys on the line of scrimmage and nobody else is even close. How's that possible? Unbelievable. On who? I'll take it. 1st down and 10. Oh, my God. Darren Waller's in the game to take a knee. Totally kidding. Totally kidding. I was trying to get Marsh run back in here. That'll do it. Reminder, guys, at the end of the day, it's only Madden, Patrick. I know. But hey, practice how you play, right? Raiders are going to fall to 5-4 on the season. They lose back-to-back games for the first time this year. This is now going to put the Giants at 5-4. But remember, we're going to be live on Thursday. Raiders-Jets. Technically, Sunday Night Football. Week 10 action, Aaron Rodgers. New York Jets. Must-watch ball game. That was a tough one, though. I really wanted to beat the Giants. I mean, the fact that the Raiders scored on their first drive and couldn't score for the remainder of the game, that's tough. Like, this game, a lot of points scored. It was 10-7, right, at the end of the first quarter. 10-7 at the end of the first quarter, and not a lot doing after there. Unfortunately, Raiders lose, and yeah, that's kind of an interesting one. Battle of the QBs, man. Danny Dimes, 19-30. Garoppolo, 17-26. Jones had a passing touchdown. Short pass attempts. A lot of them. A lot of them. A lot of dinking and dunking going on here with Daniel Jones and Jimmy Garoppolo. It's a good thing, though, they're thanking the fans in the background for showing up to watch the Raiders score only 10 points. Yikes. Well, here, y'all, if you don't already know, that's how we're going to do it. That's how we're going to wrap up today's live Raiders Report show. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. The next time that you're going to see Jeremy and I, unless there is breaking news, which, hey, we will cover it then. But the next time that you're going to see Jeremy and I is on Thursday, live Raiders Report against the New York Jets, and whatever other news and tidbits that we get, we'll break all them down for y'all. From myself, from Jeremy, peace out to everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and I will hopefully see you Thursday. It's a big game. My dad's going to be here with the family, with the friends, and we got to hopefully the Raiders get a win against the New York Jets. Until then, peace out. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go Raiders.